I gotta get out of here. I think I'm gonna lose it.
Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
You get your kick saying something like that, man.
I'm gay.
I'm a lesbian.
I am actually pansexual.
I am transgender.
I just want to suck and see what it tastes like. I miss your beef, Eric K. I miss your meat.
No,
well,
subhuman. She didn't.
And I'm
say
not
better.
ashamed to
I don't
say
think
it.
she said-
I am a power bottom, so you know what? All right, I'm straight confirmed gay, son. I'm
That's
straight
what I'm
confirmed,
saying,
straight
yeah.
up. So, how my beard is like seeded with other men's to make it look more spectacular. It tastes like yes, slightly spicy, a little peppery, but I put it in my mouth again.
Gay! Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Excellent intro, Nerd Scalp. And I'm just now reading the private chat, and it appears that one of the panelists is upset over that intro, and I can't imagine who that would be. Yeah,
Dude, I'm not upset. To chat, if you ever decide you want to stream, don't drink while you stream.
or better yet,
I don't need that one about
stream.
the one. Okay, don't drink too much. Okay, don't drink and sit in a 100-degree garage.
How about don't say gay
summer.
shit while you stream?
I can't. There's only so much you can do.
All of these on stream today. We'll see.
Whoa,
do it.
3/4 of those clips he said when you were sober.
Did you like mug like a airline attendant or something like that?
No, so I normally get either a fifth or a pint of vodka before every show, and they were out. So I was like, oh, just give me the singles, like a whole pack of singles.
Yeah,
so,
I know the struggle.
So I remember saying 80% of what he said in the intro. There's 20%, and I'm like, did I actually say it? Okay.
I think the beard comment is what got me.
I don't remember saying that at all.
Sure,
that's wild.
Well,
that was AI.
It must have been deep down in your heart when you said it.
Keep that in something, that's for sure.
Ooh.
He's like, how do I keep my beard so good? I do know.
Nerd, it was you that makes those, right? Or is it Norman? No, it's you.
Yeah, I'll nurse that.
Excellent goddamn work on the Drunken Master there. That made my day. I'm not even gonna. I saw Nagranal as Dante. I was like, holy shit, that's amazing. But Drunken Master, that's well done. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, when I first saw that clip, I was like, man, I haven't seen that movie in so long.
On a non-fruity side, Mo as Tom Cruise running is like the most perfect scene in the whole intro. It's just
it really
perfect every time.
It fits really well.
it actually works on multiple levels because he hates that because Tom Cruise is short and he has a thing with short people apparently. So.
I know that's the whole thing. I've been taken out of context.
Most pretty short. I don't understand why. Like, what's the issue here?
What? All right, fucking gay Osama bin Laden. Shut up.
I don't even have the beard anymore, man. How you about to come at me reckless?
If we make fun of Mo too much, he's not going to come back next time. So we need to calm down a little bit.
Well, don't say that first word again.
Ooh,
those first 3 letters.
Steak Man, how are you doing this evening?
Doing really good, man. I'm glad to be back. I missed you guys on Wednesday. But yeah, I took a little trip to Illinois this past weekend. Got some Raising Cane's, helped a buddy move. So got a little bit out of my
the good part of Illinois, not Chicago, right?
Yeah, far from actually. It was far south. It was Champaign.
Oh, yes, the cradle of baseness, the University of Illinois, where all of the smart people come out of.
Yeah, right. There's nothing but college people there, and it's you can tell.
Where'd you get your degree? Champagne, like
Champagne.
Nagernal, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I just kind of felt like shit all day because I was up till 5 a.m. last night playing Pal World. The chat just kept dropping channel points to name pals after themselves and random people from G&G. So that was fun.
Yeah, if I wake up to start my morning and you're still streaming, that's up. Should I just come in and tell you to go to bed or what?
I was trying to go to bed. And I don't know. It's too much fun. The new update for Pal World is actually pretty sick. I didn't get too much into it, but yeah, they added fishing, which is kind of cool. And then what else? It's like you can fish stuff out of the water when you're on certain pals. So yeah, that was fun. And then I had a fucking tweet blow up like crazy today. I didn't even mean. I just posted me in the shirt, like tagged Ripa and all that.
I saw that.
Yeah, went crazy. And then we got the typical Ripa haters in there, like
Nice.
Who's that one guy?
I feel like I blame you for mint salad
guy.
being in my timeline all the time now.
I didn't see her. I actually forgot she existed.
Mint-Salad.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that back to my attention. That poor lady. But yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, here it is right here. So you really got haters in there?
Yeah, if you could. Yeah,
there's one with like a bunch of Batman t-shirts.
Jeremy's wanted to see your feet. Did you show him?
Yeah, that was the first comment. I was like, what?
That was great.
Shout out to Jack Lloyd. Jack Lloyd's awesome. No, yeah, there he is.
That
one.
one.
Like, it's just a Batman shirt. It's like a little. Yeah, then I found some Marvel ones. It's like, yeah, it's almost like it's a cool design that people can take advantage of.
The people have been using
went back and forth.
No, two of the other people there was like 4 people that I replied to, and then 2 of them quote tweeted me and said some shit.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and then one guy quote tweeted me and said something like, "Somebody send me a shirt so I can mog this N-word." I didn't know I was black, but apparently I am. So I should be able to say that word on stream.
Well, I mean, the first part of your name is Nagernal.
Ooh,
yeah, that's what he said.
I am finally not the only minority here, bro.
I didn't even know what mog meant, so I had to look that up. And apparently, it's like show up somebody. And I was like, dude, you ain't mogging nobody if you can't even afford a shirt. And then he was like, that you tagged Satanist rapists in your thing. I was like, I assume he's talking about the Twist Sasuke sisters, but it's like, I can't remember what I said back to him.
Wait, so you didn't know what the term meant, which I didn't either, and then you immediately found out what it meant and then used it against them?
Oh, of course.
Nice. Okay.
Hey, just saying, the Twisted Twins could Nirvana song me anytime.
Oh yeah, they could essay me any day of the week.
Wow.
But yeah, that was fun.
Your head is blinding me. It's crazy.
My eyes.
Actually, yeah, it looks like the top of your head is a rainbow, Big Back. How are you doing, by the way?
I'm doing pretty good. Glad to be back after taking some PTO off for free Wednesday.
Yeah, he was actually a certain alligator Alcatraz, but they managed to work it out.
Misunderstanding.
Can confirm.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I got to play some Ragnarok today after our wildcard finally decided to release the freaking map like a day and a half later. So
yeah, they like made the announcement it was going to come out, and they were like, "Just kidding, we need a couple extra days."
Dude,
that was kind of crazy.
I'm still waiting on Arc 2. They said 2024, they pushed it to late, then they pushed it to 2025, and here we are. No news, no updates.
I wonder if Vin Diesel did all the voice acting for it yet, because he's supposed to be a character in it. So
I heard he was actually directing it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So it's going to be dog water, probably Chargers fighting T-Rexes, you know, the usual.
It's about
family. Exactly.
Family. Yeah.
We were all thinking it.
AI family.
Well, you know who's about family? Mo Zamboni.
100%. You know what I'm not about is people going through hundreds of streams to find the gayest shit I've ever seen.
You know,
because there was some obscure cuts in there, and I'm like, where did he even find this? This is obviously early Mo from like last year, early summer. That's like,
I bet now you can get your own video game.
I won't reveal my
Expedition 33 Cox. Like,
yeah, I bet you he didn't do any of the hunting at all. I bet you people just sent him clips.
Yep.
I won't reveal my sources.
okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, you're gonna get more than a headlock this time in Orlando. All right.
Well, I'll be there protecting Nerd Scalp. I promise you.
Nah,
he's gonna slip out of it with that bald head.
It's true. It was a lot easier when he, I got my arms caught on his Brillo pad beard, and it would kind of, and his backwards hat kept things locked in. But yeah, it might be a little tougher this time. But no, things are going well. Just did Monday hangover. We were talking about Independence Day. I got raked over the coals because I might have some problems with some of the scenes in there because I might have enjoyed a comedian back in the day that tore it apart.
It's a perfect documentary. Why would you have a problem with that movie?
Okay, so the fact that you said that, some of the people on the panel were making fun of Stargate, and I'm like, don't do it. Don't you do it. I said that some people think it's a documentary, and they're right. Don't do it. So, yeah.
There really was. Operation Stargate was a real thing.
Yep.
Like this declassified government documents. Look up Operation Stargate. It's a real thing.
Yeah, well, the Operation Stargate is about like AI or something. That's like a new thing, right?
No.
Under
There
the
was
Trump
one,
administration,
original one. I believe.
Oh,
I believe it
the
was
original
about
project.
remote viewing,
Gotcha.
like tapping into psychic power to view like other armies and shit like that. Yeah, the government literally funded like.
It was a big part of the MK Ultra stuff.
It was the predecessor to MK Ultra. Yeah.
It had nothing to do with LSD, I'm sure. Leon, thanks for joining. We were gonna have Gooch on, but I actually bumped him for you because I think that you're a more entertaining guest. So
I feel like you made the right choice. I mean, like Gooch is a nice guy, but he cries a lot and he wants to talk about men's mental health. And we're over here was like, no, video games. That's mental health. Don't be a pussy.
He'll derail the show by saying he wants to do his intro. Yeah.
No, I'm stoked to be here. Thank you so much. I've been looking forward to this all day. I've been stressing all day because of the internet thing. I was like, fuck it, I will make it happen. So, well, hotspot is, baby, let's go. I'm stoked to see how this goes down. And I just love being here. You guys are so great. Thank you.
Yeah, happy to have you. Hayden, nice that you're in your flesh form.
I am. I decided to put on the skin suit for tonight, so I'll be back in the anime next week. But for this week, yeah, I'm doing the skin suit thing. Ironically enough, I've been playing Digimon World Next Order for 2 days straight now. And I just look up and suddenly realize that I've been playing for 6 hours. And I'm like, oh, oops. Yeah, it's very reminiscent of the original Digimon World game. It's a lot of fun. I'm having fun with it. And then last night, I stayed up until 6 a.m. trying to catch up on My Hero Academia. So
that'll happen.
Yeah,
anime and video games.
Yep, just getting lost in it. But happy to be here. Happy to be hanging out.
Awesome. Norman, I haven't talked to you for a little bit. How have you been?
Yeah, I wasn't here last Wednesday because I was out being an actual human being for once instead of rotting in this chair for most of my time. But I just got done watching the greatest superhero movie ever for its 21st anniversary, Spider-Man 2. Love that film.
Yeah.
It's just
right,
it's
son.
is the best superhero film ever made. it's got so much action, and the bit of and Spider-Man's gone for like a whole third of the film. You have to understand that. Like he's gone. He's not in the film for a Spider-Man film, and it's still the best superhero film ever made. And that May's speech still tugs at my heartstrings to this day. It's so
the
good.
best scene in the whole film is the Aunt May scene. Like it tugs, man. It tugs the heartstrings.
I have one scene that I would put above everything. It's when Doc Ock comes back and they do the Evil Dead.
Well,
that one's cool.
Sam Raimi. Yeah.
Awesome. Nerd Scalp. I see you're still using your razor every single morning when you wake up, huh?
Yep. Sticking with it for a while, at least for a month
Nice.
or so.
That's crazy.
But yeah,
Hey, you got to get the people what they want. I mean,
yeah, you gotta, fulfill my promises. So, but yeah, other than that, doing good. Just got back from a little miniature vacation myself. Went to St. Augustine for the weekend, and that was fun. Got to visit the Pirate Museum based on Jay's recommendation, and then the first American Wax Museum. So that was pretty interesting too.
That sounds pretty cool. Nice. Let's see here. Before we get started, Cajun Corey, member for 6 months. That's a long time. Thanks, dude. How do you get accepted into the School of Rock?
have sex with Jack Black.
You rock and roll.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry, I had that
That's
wrong.
an option.
You know what? No, I'm not
No?
gonna say. Never mind.
No? All right.
He's speechless. It's so good. He's speechless.
Well,
It's so good.
because you have sex with Jack Black, and I was gonna be like, well, there was a time like I wouldn't have sex with modern day Jack Black, but if it was like 2005 to get a role or whatnot,
Not to alleviate Jack
We're
Black.
we're,
all
ta- we're
day, bro.
talking School of Rock, Jack Black. That's what.
yeah,
we're
School of
talking
Rock
about.
Jack Black. I would grit my teeth and get through it if it meant being in like Tenacious D or something. Be like, well,
Wow.
Tenacious D.
Not
So
to
you're really
alleviate
pulling
Jack
the
was the one.
you're pulling the I can fix him card.
No, I don't know if anyone can fix Jack Black. He's Jewish, but like,
Whoop.
Is he really?
yeah, he is.
I did
He's
not
got
know
this whole
that.
story about how like he's Jewish, but he's not practicing. But he wanted his daughter to get into this really fancy Jewish private school, so he went to like an open house and like put full on like pretended I knew Yiddish and like talked about the Sabbath and all this sort of stuff.
I mean, is he like actually like bloodline or? Is he
Yeah,
just,
he's blood Jewish, just not religious
Really?
Jewish.
I would
Yeah.
never have guessed
His
that.
parents were also nudist rocket scientists.
Hey,
That I can believe.
That's an interesting combo. Never would have guessed, actually. All right, before we get started, I just want to address something. It would appear that people's chats are reverting to their usernames, and I just want to point out that everyone's saying it's HBF doing it to everybody, but look, everything is fine here. Your normal names. So this is I am not patient zero. Understand? All right. All right, let's get started with some.
I mean, but if you were patient zero, you'd probably have the cure.
Yeah.
Someone kick Nagranol.
Nagranol, kick yourself.
All right, peace.
All right.
I blame Jeremy.
I thought we were talking about the band, and I was show me.
I laughed a little bit too hard at this cursed bookmark that I got here. Actually, I have a lot of bookmarks today, so here's the first one though.
Yo, I am hollering. Somebody put this in our bathroom. And it's so funny because they do sound like y'all watch it. That is so funny.
Whoever
Nagranol,
did that
you
is
weren't
the
actually
goat.
meant to kick yourself. You know that, right?
No, the refresh button didn't work, so I had to fucking go back into Discord and find the link, and then I had to make sure that my mic was working and my cam was working.
I'm glad you kicked yourself.
Crazy.
So why is that chat? 3 weeks in a row he's kicked himself? I think that is. Yeah.
Did I? Well, I don't think I meant to the other times.
And then this one isn't really funny. Like, I actually want one of these. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. Mosquito air defense.
Oh,
I
yeah.
read about these a long time ago. I guess you can listen for the wings flapping of a mosquito to zero in on a laser to destroy the wings of the mosquito, and it just falls and dies because it can't fly away. But
I'll take one of those.
I'll take 5.
I hope it makes the pew noise also.
That is cool. It's like Space Invaders.
This is awesome.
Real? It's crazy.
But then
it's Mosquito Command.
No.
Yeah.
Well, like you
You
gotta
see
wonder.
the wings floating afterwards. That's crazy.
Yeah, but what if the FAA gets mad at you for shining lasers up into the sky? You know what I mean?
Well,
And
if
how
the
do we know
FAA
that
gets
it's
mad at
just
you,
gonna
they're
hit mosquitoes as
FAGs.
well?
Like,
That's true. That is true.
If we have
What if
access
it
to
hits
that stuff,
you?
I wonder what the government. Yeah, what if you get in the way of that?
Yeah. What if it hits you?
That'll singe some hairs. Probably.
Looks like YouTube might have fixed it.
I don't think so. I
Oh.
was on the Money Hangover and it had ads.
It was like that in Badger's chat earlier.
so I actually just got a DM from my buddy that says they fixed it in the middle of Hypno's roll call. So like within the last 20
Interesting.
minutes.
Really?
Okay.
Good.
We'll see.
Let's see.
I don't even know why they would think that was a good idea.
Well, I heard some rumors that it wasn't even intentional, that YouTube didn't
it
update.
could've
That
been
it
a
was like they broke it, and yeah.
I think it was a mistake. I think that they were trying to roll something else out, and it caused a bug in their spaghetti code.
That makes sense.
Dude, how much money would you lose if you never had the joke accounts anymore? Like, think about it. G&G,
Dude, yeah.
Neurotic, like that's a lot of money that just goes right down there. And there's got to be all kinds of channels we have no idea about that have those kind of donators in there.
Well,
the
imagine
biggest
like
problem-
cooking live streams or something, you know, like, and I'm sure even they get it. Like, oh, today we're going to be making baguettes. Like, whatever. This channel's cheesy. Like, I'm sure you've got joke accounts and even the innocuous types of streams.
I like how you use the innocent version of it, and you say baguette, and everybody knows what that means.
I'm
What
trying.
does it mean?
No, but I was gonna say though, people got doxxed from that.
Yeah,
because
I did
they
notice
had their real names.
people. They had
Yeah.
their last names.
Mhm.
Which I made sure as soon as I created my account. Actually, whenever I create any alt account, I make sure that it has the same name as the ad account. But yeah, I can understand people not paying
Except
attention to that.
You dox yourself all the time with your username, though.
I mean, I had my first and last name on YouTube for years, so just go
saying.
back, go back, find me, Google me.
Let's see here. This was kind of wild. I saw this pop up on Twitter recently. I'm gonna turn it down because it's loud. But someone turned Minecraft into a real-time strategy building game.
Looks awesome.
Wow. That is really
No
cool.
way.
Just this
Isn't that
view of
crazy?
Minecraft looks awesome.
Maybe Nerd Slap will finally play Minecraft.
What is it? It looks like Populous. Or like old civilization or something like that.
It like reminds me
AOE.
of like RimWorld, you know?
That's so cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
They did this now, like actually in Minecraft. Like, is this a mod
Yeah.
for Minecraft, or did someone build this from scratch?
I like kind of read into it a little bit. It's a mod for Minecraft.
Huh.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
There's a lot of cool mods out
Pretty
there.
dope.
And I'm sure it runs really rough too, though.
Mm.
Mhm.
Like Nerd Slap.
I
on
love
Art
RTS
Buff, or-
games. So like, and we're at a deficit of like good RTS games. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like slightly reminiscent to like Dwarf Fortress.
I wasn't into RTS games too much, but if I was all in. Like Command and Conquer was my favorite, and when they
Red Alert.
when they re-released the remaster, I was
Yeah.
played through all the levels. I love that game. Mining the Tiberium and all.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
I got into them late. I knew what they were, but I don't think I ever played one until Halo Wars. That was like my first RTS.
That's,
and,
that's what I was gonna say. Halo Wars is the first and best ever.
Yeah, I was bathed in the blood of the RTSs by the time Halo Wars came out. Having it on console, they did a really great job with the controls, which was not something you could say for a lot of the Command and Conquer games early on. If you tried using a controller, you were severely hindered in what you could do.
Well, yeah, because if you're up against a Korean with a mouse and keyboard doing 5 million actions per minute, you're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I played a lot of Star Wars Empire at War. That's a good one.
Nice.
Pretty sure that's RTS, not turn-based.
No,
Turn-based
I
ones.
think that's the RTS.
RTS, Revenge of the Sith.
Now, there is a Dune real-time strategy game
It's so fucking good. I don't know if
That's what I've heard.
Awesome.
Really?
It was the first game I tried when I got Game Pass like 2 years ago or something, just to test out Game Pass, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play that Empire at War again. I got myself. I don't know if I can show it because it's kind of got a disk drive here, some USB ports on it. So
nice.
Yeah, I was big on Age of Empires for a while.
What was it?
I was big on Age of Empires for a while.
Yeah.
I played that a lot. I played 2 a ton. Tried getting Nerd Slap into it.
I've got that Age of Mythology remaster. It's pretty damn good.
I saw that. It looks pretty solid.
It looks a lot better than the old school Age of Mythology did. And the mechanics are all still pretty much the same. So I think if you're an RTS fan and you liked those old Age games, it's worth picking up.
Campia is doxing me right now.
Oh, bastard.
Phantom.
Let's see here. His next tab, kind of
Did
fun.
you hear that John Campia, like the actual John Campia, showed up in the Dooley's chat?
What? No way. When?
Yeah, it was like 2 or so weeks ago, and they were bitching about something. And he showed up in their chat, and they're like, "There's no way it's him." And then Andy went to the account's profile, and it was the real John Campia, and he sent them like a $20 super chat to talk shit.
No fucking way.
Dude, he was ask Andy about it. I don't remember the full story, but he was telling me about it a week or two ago when it happened. I was like, no fucking way.
I mean, his name was probably highlighted in chat as like
it has a check mark.
Million sub.
Be a brand account.
Yeah. So
yeah, he was actually in the Epicverse chat because I've started modding for them, and he was literally in there last Wednesday. Was it?
How funny would that be if like they played the clip where he's like, woke.
I tried to get MCampia UFan to join, but he was at work.
Oh, that would have been so funny.
I don't know. My favorite Campia clip is where he hears the echo and he slams down his headset. He goes, "Fuck!" Like,
Gooch.
Yeah, what up, Gooch?
Hey, you got a new avatar?
Gooch.
He did.
Real talk with Gooch.
Here, since Gooch is here, I actually have a clip for him. Let's get it ready. Oh, this is a good one. All right. I wish he was here so we could see his reaction.
You could send him the way.
How fast he is.
He's definitely got some speed.
Damn, that's crazy.
I have never seen a heavy bag hung that low to the ground before, though.
I don't think I've ever seen a heavy bag that small before.
Have you ever seen those clips where it's like the bunny rabbit fighting somebody and it's like damage 1, endurance like 1,000? It's just like,
yeah.
Attack 0.
That reminds me of.
I'm gonna need that
I couldn't
clip.
tell if he was making the sound effects himself or if someone had put those in there. I was trying to figure it out.
He was doing it.
Yeah, I think that was him.
Dude, I think he was like breaking the sound barrier. Not even joking.
Oh yeah.
I knew these kids back when I was really young and whatnot. It was a set of twins. And you guys remember this game Star Wars Episode 1 Racer?
Yeah,
they would
Pod Racer.
They would
Loved that.
turn their TV all the way down and make the pod race noise themselves while they were playing it. And like it was so fucking funny, but also so retarded.
It's like we know better than you, LucasArts.
Let's see this next one. I don't know if you guys played Repo in a while, but they're still adding updates. They added a new art museum map, and they added a way to attach cannons and lasers to the carts.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Huge. Take it easy.
Expressions. That's cool.
Nice.
Crowd dressed upgrade. Please, what's that even going on? Go.
Square.
No, what is happening? Oh no!
Yeah, that's
Huge. You know, that's the only time that I can think of in recent memory that there was people making commentary and it was actually legitimate to what it feels like when you play the game. Most of the time that stuff feels staged and scripted and cringe. That really just felt like playing the game with everything that they were saying. So
I think they were though. I think it was just recordings of them playing.
Yeah, but I just mean, those throwaway lines like, "Oh, what the hell is happening?" Like,
right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like when you're actually playing.
Yeah, because when you watch those trailers, it's like, okay, let's go, guys. We got to get to here, and we got to do the objective within this amount of time, and we got to get all these bad guys killed, and then we'll get extraction, and it's gonna work.
Even that moment where that guy was crouched down and he was like, "I didn't do anything." Everybody has been there in that game at some point where everyone is ganging up on you. You don't know why.
Yeah. Well, I remember the original trailer. They had the guy in the cart, and he's going, "Mama, mama."
Is it just me or did I hear Gooch at the beginning? Of
I did too.
I was in there. I was like, Gooch.
Oh, sorry.
I was hearing the stream doubled or something.
Oh, sorry.
Right,
Sorry.
Let's see here. What's that?
I would like to do my repo now.
I don't think Gooch would be able to play that game.
You're not supposed to tell people that.
Don't tell people our secrets, Isaac. We got to keep that on.
Sorry, I'm a minority. We're good.
This is still kind of funny, but we're starting to come out of the funnies. Microsoft is retiring its blue screen of death after 40 years. It's now going to be the black screen of death, apparently.
Why?
So,
they're getting rid of the frowny face.
That's
aren't
stupid.
They?
It's still going to be BSOD. You can still, acronym it because it'll be black instead of blue.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that's going to be confusing because it's like, did it blue screen or is my monitor fucked up? Or like when it blue screen, you know what happened. But if it just goes black, then it could be.
No, you're still going to see this, but it'll be a black background. I think they want to move away from the meme of the blue coming up.
I guess.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
What's wrong with the meme?
Well, in this instance, it kind of is broken. That's why we know about it.
True.
Yeah. What they should probably do is make it to where the blue screen happens less. I know that's a crazy idea.
That would be one strategy. They've decided that black is a better color. That is so, they took a different approach.
That's racist against blues. I'm against it.
I just want to point out, I think that the cultural shift has gone far enough to where we can say that black is bad again, right?
Black is
Oh, I can already see the fucking Twitter posts for that one.
All right. I'm actually not here.
Everybody, we need to start our own social movement where we all just one day change our profiles to a blue screen of death on X in solidarity.
I stand with Mystique and Nightcrawler.
And the Blue Man Group.
And the Blue Man Group, of course. Yeah.
And Avatar.
Avatar, yep.
I wonder how many comments there are on those posts that just say, "Why it got to be black though?"
Yeah.
But I also love the idea that there's going to be a time, maybe 5-10 years, where people are nostalgic for the blue screen of death. Y'all remember when our computers would die and it would turn blue, man? The fuck?
What is the black screen of death say now? Does it just say I'm sorry, your computer is left for milk and cigarettes. Please wait while we reset.
Are you kneeling on your computer?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Sorry,
only on a shoulder.
It's being canceled.
For a drive failure, it can just come up and say, "I can't read."
You can't block the ventilation on your computer, Nagranal. Oh, all right. Well, that went a little bit rougher than I thought it would, but it was still fun. And then a follow-up to that. So people have been comparing Steam OS games to Windows 11, especially with the new portables that are out now. And surprise, surprise, it runs faster on Steam OS.
Shocked. Windows 11 sucks again.
Yep.
Crazy.
So, and that actually brings me to So there's been a lot of shit talk about Microsoft and Xbox more specifically lately. And I'll just get into it. Several former executives, I have another article also, are coming out and saying that they're making bad decisions. This person, Ybarra, who served various roles at Microsoft for 20 years,
Mike Ibarra. Yep.
Yeah, very famous name.
Yeah, before becoming Blizzard president for 3 years, took the X, give his views. Right here. Tough to see at Xbox confuse about who it is and what it should be. Some people, some great people still there. They have to figure out what they need to change and fast. I'm a big fan, always will bleed green, cheering the team on from the sidelines. Pick your lane and stick to it. Now, I don't know if this is more of them being upset at them kind of disrupting the industry, or if they're actually concerned for Xbox.
But the thing is, they already have picked their lane, and the lane is to lean into the Microsoft side of things as opposed to the Xbox side of things. So they're a software company. They want their software and everything they can. It just makes sense. They have picked a lane.
Yep. What about you, Leon? Are you a Team Green person at all?
No. I'm actually I get raked over the coals for the fact that I do not believe there's been a good Xbox since the original Xbox. Like I love the original Xbox. And everyone was like, "Well, you want a 360 fan?" I was like, "The 360 was fine, but like of that generation, I liked both the Wii and the PS3 better." And then with every subsequent Xbox, shit's gotten worse and worse. And it got to the point where I didn't know what Xbox was what because the naming conventions were fucking stupid. Like PlayStation super easy to follow. 1, 2, 3. Even Nintendo is easy to follow because it's always a new name. Wii, Switch, GameCube. Xbox just like it's like writing code. I don't fucking know which is the most recent one. So no, I don't like fuck them.
Well, here, Leon, I think that your take on it is right and wrong at the same time. And let me explain. So the 360 was out for a full year before the PS3 came out, right? It was, offset by like 1 year.
Yeah.
Everybody that I knew, and this is the case with a lot of other people, everybody just had an Xbox, but they didn't have a PlayStation. I get that they sold more PlayStations like in the long run, but when the PlayStation finally landed a year after everybody had already gotten an Xbox 360, it was $600 when it came out.
Oh, dude, I actually watched a video 2 days ago called "The Disastrous Launch of the PlayStation 3," and like went through all the history. Like, oh, dude, yeah, the 360 clobbered the PlayStation 3 for years, and my granny had a 360, and I played a lot of it. Played Left 4 Dead, played fucking Sonic 06. Like I played a lot of games on 360, and I don't outright hate the 360 so much so as it never felt like it had its own like legit identity. Like Nintendo has an identity, Sega has an identity, PlayStation has an identity, but Xbox has always it felt like off-brand hardware with good games.
Well, the main reason for the stint in that generation is because Xbox 360 they stayed with DVD, whereas the PlayStation 3 moved on to Blu-ray. And that's when that's when Blu-ray was just starting to roll out. So not everyone was wanting
even worse
completely upgrade their collections. So yeah,
Xbox 360 did HD DVD, which is now a completely dead format.
By the way, in my game room, I have the drive hooked up to a 360 right now.
Oh wow,
that's great. I used to have one of those drives. Yeah,
they're actually pretty good for ripping regular stuff. It's actually a pretty good drive. But I worked in home theater when that came out. And they only had 2 Blu-rays. They had a giant freaking weighed like 30 pounds Blu-ray player for $1,000, or you get the Sony PlayStation 3, which was $600, weighed less, but I guarantee it cost them more to make than that gosh darn Blu-ray player. Probably cost.
And it also had a handful of games, so there was a little bit of versatility.
Sony sold PlayStation 3s at a loss, even at $600. Like the entire run of the PlayStation because they were banking on people buying, games and accessories and things of that effect.
I say that, but like a lot of people were putting them in their home theaters. Just they weren't even playing the games.
Yeah,
they were just getting that because it was cheaper. But
there's also the reason that the Xbox 360 really was the king of consoles at that time, Halo 3.
Yeah, there was Halo, and there were a bunch of exclusives that both sides had. Those were fun days because we had great games back then. But you had
Resistance, Fall of Man.
Yeah, I was like Resistance, Fall of Man was like the launch title for the PlayStation 3. I got real lucky because like no one could get PS3s or whatnot. I got mine within a month or two of them being out when there was all the shortages because I bought it from a cocaine dealer for $100 because he was running low on money and he needed money to be able to for his habit or for his
I don't want to know the currency that you use, Leon.
no, Chris $100 bill. But he only sold me the PlayStation 3 and the controller. There's no games or anything. I was like, well, shit, I don't have the money for games right now. So I turned on the PlayStation 3 to make sure it worked because, drug dealer, who knows? And he had left his Conan the Barbarian game in there. So I had one game for the PS3.
Hell yeah.
It was the Conan the Barbarian game.
That's what I got my first PS3 last year. So that's how long I waited to pick one up.
Yeah.
I never had one.
I think that Xbox 360 had more exclusives than PS3 though, didn't they?
It did.
Well, more bangers. They had Gears of War.
Gears of War. Halo. What else was there? There's a handful of things I thought.
What's their proprietary racing game? Not is Forza.
Forza was a big one. Yeah.
Forza. What was it? 4? Forza 4. That was the.
I think it was Forza 4, which actually wasn't a great game. But you also had Gran Turismo around that same time, and they were on the prologue still for PS3, right? And it wasn't even a full game.
So so when that came out, just real quick, that was a major letdown. It was a bad game.
Yeah. Yeah.
My dad had been playing.
Was Left 4 Dead exclusive at first?
It might have been.
I think Left 4 Dead started off as an Xbox exclusive.
I think it was
later, but I think it was an Xbox exclusive.
Oh, really?
That's not that shitty shooter game, is it, Nightsaber?
No, it's a racing game.
Project Gotham.
Project Gotham's a racing game.
That was the precursor to Forza. Project Gotham was big.
I'm still waiting for the Xbox 720 to come out. Like, come on, give me the 720. I've been waiting.
They should have named him like that.
They should have.
In fact, okay. So here's a story. I have a gaming PC hooked up to my home theater now, and I've been doing the controller stuff, but I'm like, I feel like laying on my couch using a mouse and keyboard, but how does that work? I remembered that I got a gift like 6 years ago, and it was in my garage, and I have it right here. Check this out. This was designed for the Xbox One.
Huh.
It's a keyboard.
Wow.
And this is a magnetized mouse.
That's
this is meant to go
actually
on your
Corsair, right?
Wait,
Corsair.
does that slide out?
Well, I don't know if it's. No, I don't think it's Corsair.
Red Dragon, something like that.
No, it's Razer. Sorry.
Razer. Okay.
Yeah, it's Razer. So, and you basically charge the keyboard, and you can keep the mouse plugged in, or you can use it wirelessly, and it charges off of the keyboard. So
that's
pretty crazy.
That's so cool.
And it's very clicky.
Oh,
Nice
yes,
clicky clacky
yes. Blue switches or nothing.
But I was laughing my ass off because I was like, "Damn, how long have I had this in the garage for?" Xbox One, dude.
Damn.
I will say I preferred the 360 for like controllers and stuff, but like PS3 did have the upside of like free online play. That was kind of one of the things that sold me on it.
Yeah, but the service was shit.
Yeah, you get what you pay for is what we realized back in the day.
Mad hack lobbies too after a while.
Yeah.
Well, also
everyone talks about the Xbox 360 controllers, but I'm gonna be real. I'm a fan of the Duke. I fucking loved the Duke. That was my controller right there.
Dude, I have two of them. I love the Duke because basically it's actually really comfortable. People shit on it, but it was the most comfortable controller I ever used.
Well, aside from the games, I think the Xbox 360 had a really good UI, just like how switching panels and stuff.
Oh, definitely.
Not only that, you had the removable hard drives. You could.
Oh, I used to do that all the time. Remove my hard drive, go over to my friends, just slot them in, and then boom, you're playing your games in another house. So easy.
Yeah, the Duke.
You could also
with a 40-foot cable.
Hell yeah.
Wasn't the 360 the one with the cool trippy music software? You could play music on the 360.
You could take a
Windows
burnt
Media
disc.
Player. Yeah.
You could take a burnt disc, put it into your 360, burn it to the 360, and then listen to it while you're playing Saints Row or Grand Theft Auto.
I love that.
Yes.
You could do that with the original Xbox too. You could burn any of your CDs in.
But they integrated it so well.
Yeah, they did it much better on the 360, but they actually did it with the original Xbox. Burn your music into it, and then you could listen to it while you're playing.
I had a USB stick, and it was ABF approved because it was in the shape of a bullet. And you just plugged in the USB stick. You had your full Windows Media Player on there, and you're good to go. It's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
And also the 360
Real quick,
had a lot of
proud dad
really
moment.
good.
My kid just came in and was telling me that she's going through Resident Evil 4 for the very first time right now. So for those of you that are familiar with the game, if you remember Chief Mendez, the boss fight in that giant burning barn, she's beat him. So that was pretty cool. She came in and said, "I know you're streaming, but I need to let you know I just beat the boss." And so it's like that's like that's the end of the whole village sequence. Going to the castle. Proud dad moment.
So people have so much nostalgia for the original Blade interface of the Xbox 360, which I love too. They go on eBay for at least $300, if not more, because the thing with the Xbox 360 is it had a fuse that would blow every time you'd upgrade, so you can't downgrade, and nobody's figured that out yet. So if you upgraded your interface, if the firmware got upgraded, then you can never downgrade. So there's Blade Xbox 360s that are going for like just look for some sold ones, and this one went for like well over $300 for the original Blade interface.
I still miss my avatars, man. I had a nano suit from Crisis. I had an Iron Man suit. I had Deadpool. I had all sorts going on. Darth Vader, I think, for Force.
Yeah, I had a Boba Fett helmet. I had like an Assassin's Creed wristband, a Red Faction shirt, like jeans. I had like Air Force Ones, a lightsaber. And also the 360 had a lot of like really good custom consoles. Like I had a Halo 4 custom console that was wicked sick. Actually, the controller.
I never had one, but my friend had a Gears 4 one. This
is a
Tomb
Gears
Raider 3, I think.
This was a Tomb Raider controller.
What?
Yeah, I know it's broken, but
is that the one with
this one's better.
Well,
this is the Halo 4.
it's actually a modern Tomb Raider controller.
This is the
missing
back
a
of
leg.
Leon doesn't
single,
know.
ladies. Like, what did you do to those? Like,
is that the one with the turnable
I
D-pad?
used them. What do you mean? This one's two controllers put back together. I used to.
He's
break
got
these
anger issues, Leon.
and then just put them back together. Oh, and I have a new grift. Somebody drops a 50, I'll break a controller on screen right now.
Dude, controllers cost $50. How does that even work?
Not a PS3 controller.
One in, one out.
Okay.
I guess.
All right.
For some reason,
all
this
right.
PS3 controller, like the sticks on it are like melting or something, like sticky.
Oh, I know what you're
I'm
talking
just ready.
about.
I'm ready to just bend this right now.
Dude, I hate the thumbsticks on the PS3. Now that you mentioned that,
this one
because they're like
doesn't
sticky.
do that. This one doesn't do that for some reason.
It's like they're made of gum.
This one's a little
So,
new.
so you hate the PS2 then? Is
But
that what
they
you're
are way
saying?
too close
The
together.
PS2
Like,
did it
my
too.
thumbs
PS2 did it.
Bunch of
Yeah,
haters.
but
all
not
of
at
you.
first. It took a few years for it to like start bleeding and turning
You can tell
gummy
these
or
ones are, like,
something.
I will
it's a
say
little
that the
different.
PS5
This
one
one's
is a little bit
shinier.
better because it's more of a textured rubber now, so it actually holds a grip.
So there was a whole bunch of electronics that had that soft touch plastic. It broke down, so all you did was take isopropyl alcohol, you just rub it all off.
Oh, you have to dry it out.
Yeah, but you just got to like scrub it out. I had a control, like a TV remote that was like one of those really nice ones, but it like was like you touch it and like it's sticky.
Yeah,
So,
you're like,
you
I need to
just-
wash my hands. Like,
oh
you
yeah,
feel like
so you
that,
just take
yeah.
isopropyl alcohol and you just rub the crap out of it with the paper towel, and it'll come right off. But
It's the same shit they used to make out of like superhero toys. Like, I don't know if anyone had like the Hulk with the sort of mashy head, that kind of stuff.
Oh, so there's a sticky Hulk.
Yeah, yeah.
like a Stretch Armstrong or something.
You won't like me when I'm
Not
sticky.
quite, but it was kind of that material. Yeah.
I think this is an original. This one's like shiny. You can see like how glossy it is.
Oh, yeah.
This is the one with the sticky controllers, but this one is like kind of more dull. And these thumbsticks work fine. I still use this to play PS3. It's just I have to like
Nice.
keep my thumbs like this or they touch. It's so small.
Your thumbs dock each other. Is that what you're saying?
Check it out.
Oh,
remember,
docking, yeah.
And remember, folks, clean your controllers. All
Yeah, I do need it.
these little slits here, all in between here, all under there. It's going to be
This one's not
minging.
bad, actually.
No,
Get some
the
pipe
PS5
cleaners.
controllers
and clean your
minging?
controller.
The PS5
Haven't heard
controllers
that in a
suck.
minute.
They're terrible.
What?
The PS5 controllers suck. They're terrible. They get stick
No,
drift
they're
in,
talking
like
about.
days. I ordered one from Amazon.
I smash
with
my
stick
controller against my
drift.
hands all the time, and it's fine.
Dude,
I've
do you guys remember
literally all the controllers I've ever broken? I've never had stick drift.
Do you remember when they had
My bad.
the pre-release PS3 controllers? What they were going to look like? They look like batarangs. Do you remember those?
Yes, I do. That was actually
PS3
part of the
ones?
video I watched. The whole like the disaster response to the
Kinda
PS3.
do
They were
remember
like,
that.
they were like
I was like,
arches.
bruh,
Yeah,
those look
yeah.
awful. Yeah.
Is that like the
I'm
prototype or was
still
that an
trying to
actual
figure out
controller?
how Skid like knows what a PlayStation 5 controller feels like because I don't know why you would use it when the PS5 has no games.
I play my
I do. I play the PS5
every
all the
fucking
time.
day,
What do you
so-
mean?
Yeah.
It has amazing games, dude.
The
Hogwarts
beast.
Legends I play on there all the time.
Actually, this is my favorite
But those
controller.
controllers suck. Those controllers, I literally ordered one straight out Amazon, straight out the box, immediate stick drift. Like
Never had a
no
problem with this
second
controller.
chances.
I've had this controller since I bought my PS5. I actually owned this other controller before I owned a PS5, and I've used that for PC gaming and stuff. I've
The
never had
longest
any
one
problem.
I owned was 8 months, and I kept it in a box and wiped it down every day after use, and it's still broke.
Maybe you
on me.
wiped it down too much. I never wiped this thing down. I just fucking hit it like this, and it learns
They
its
were
lesson.
literally
Keeps working.
So
I just
you're a
shared it.
sadist.
I just shared it. They were literally going to release this controller. This was the thing. I just shared it in the chat. It is.
Oh boy.
Did you?
Oh
my God, I do remember seeing that.
I remember this now.
Weird,
Yeah.
bro.
Everybody's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
I
Your
forgot.
fingers would be like touching like this on the thing. It's so weird.
I kind of love it though. I won't lie. Like I wish we lived in a world where these were mass produced.
Dude, this is like what happens if Mad Catz won the controller war. Like you just get this shit. Like
I don't know if it was
What
Mad
is
Catz, but
that, bro?
there was a really cool Xbox 360 controller. It was a wired one, but it also lit up. It's like a transparent, glowy one.
yes, yeah. Power A. They made them. They still make good controllers.
And yeah, the power. I actually exclusively buy Power A for Switch controllers and whatnot.
Yeah.
Nyko
Yeah, I
also
think I had
did
some
those
Switch
see-through
ones.
ones,
Yeah,
but I made sure growing up that my little brother always used the
Wii.
Mad Catz GameCube controller, and I had the official
Yeah.
Nintendo one because you're the little brother. Fuck you.
The best
hated
controller
those.
was the N64 controller.
I was just gonna say that.
It's my favorite controller of all time.
I do like it. I do like it.
It's
That and the
dumb but
Game Boy.
awesome at the same time.
It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Greatest.
It's
The
perfect.
travel on the analog would go like whoa, like all.
skill issue, bro. That's a whole skill issue.
All right.
I
Well,
love
but
the
this is a
Dreamcast
guy that looks
controller.
like
I still love the Dreamcast controller. Like, that was a fucking controller, right? And you would pop the memory card in there. It had the screen. And it was like the
Oh,
Wii
yeah.
and U.
Yeah, but the wire came out the bottom.
I know that's the one. How are you gonna put the wire at the
so
bottom? Yeah, that was.
Well, no,
I
it's
agree.
because of the memory card thing with the screen on it. That's why it came out of the bottom.
Oh, the
Yeah.
VMU, yeah, which
Yeah.
is really cool.
Mhm.
So I got to point out, since we're talking about
I guess it wouldn't-
N64, Skidback when he's on camera and Nagranal looks like Baron Samedi and Odd Job when you're picking characters and GoldenEye.
Nerd slap, make it happen.
Which Baron Samedi's okay. It's like, hey, if you want to be a giant target, fine. But if you're Odd Job, you're literally catching hands from your friends back in the day. It's like, no, you
Oh
can't
yeah,
play
we had a
Odd
no
Job.
odd job
Oh,
rule in
yeah.
our friend group.
Yep.
It was like it was a no odd job rule because that was just like dick move 101.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there he is, Odd Job.
Crazy,
No.
bro. Dude, the only game I really had was Yoshi's World, and that was the most perfect world. I mean, perfect game I ever played. That and some Spyro games I had on there. Loved them.
Spyro.
Loved them all.
Spyro's the goat.
Spyro is arguably my favorite PS1 like trilogy. It's the Resident Evil trilogy, Spyro trilogy, and Tony Hawk trilogy. Those are the PS1 had just banger sequels. Every like Resident Evil 2 to Tony Hawk 2 to Spyro 2 to like Driver 2. I don't know what it
Spider-Man
was
2,
with PS1.
Enter Electro.
Dude.
I actually like the first one better, but Enter Electro is still really good.
Oh yeah,
Twisted Metal 3.
There's actually a bug in Enter Electro. I tried to play it on stream, but it's just yeah, I couldn't get past it. It's when you have to climb up the tower to actually get to Electro, and yeah, it just bugged out on me.
I
Oh,
think
when
you
you
measure.
the electric down at you and you have to like dodge out of the way and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The first Spider-Man game was peak because once you finished that game, you unlocked Green Goblin, and you could
no.
back
So
to
we're talking about the Neversoft ones, Neversoft.
Yeah,
Activision.
the PS1. You're talking about the PS2 based on the first movie, which is also really
Is that
good. The Spider-Man
really good?
movie.
Yeah, that one was
There's the Dreamcast / PS1 Spider-Man game. So it was just called Spider-Man, and it was like, oh man, I
Kind
don't
of
even know how
loose.
to
It was
describe
like the designs were kind of loosely based off the animated series, just so that it would blend in. And the guy that did
it
the
was
voice
narrated by
for
Stan
him,
Lee. You would start the game over. Hello,
Greetings,
true
true
believers.
Yeah.
So
I remember.
Spider-Man co-creator Stan Lee. Here.
Stan Lee, yeah.
I still think that Spider-Man, the movie version of Spider-Man 2, is like probably the best Spider-Man game. I don't know what it was about. There was
It's definitely one of the best
oh, it
movie
was
games. There's
so
some
good.
better Spider-Man games, but that's definitely like probably the top tier of licensed games.
I just remember
Honestly,
playing that so many
I've
times.
tried to rank them before, and 2018 is really good because it's the best. Like I would say, like Spider-Man Simulator. But I'd say my favorite is probably Shattered Dimensions. You get to play as
That
4
was-
different
that-
Spider-Man,
that
4
was top
different
3.
timelines.
Oh wait,
There's so
Shattered
many
Dimensions?
villains.
Yeah, it's not a bad one. I really like Web of Shadows. Web of Shadows is really sick.
Web
Those
Shadows
Shadows
is
was
awesome.
good. Ultimate Spider-Man was good. On the I think it was the PS2 and Xbox era as
PS2,
well.
GameCube era, yeah.
Friend or Foe was pretty good.
Friend of Foe was awesome. Yep. That had all the like the sort of Toby like designs and things, but it was totally not Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man at all.
Oh, Night Savers of Sly Cooper. Sly Cooper was the shit back in the day. I love that game.
Great game.
I actually, does anyone here use like emulators and use retro achievements?
Oh, retro achievements is awesome.
I only found out about it like a couple of maybe a week ago, and so I got the PS2 emulator going, and I connected my retro achievements account. So now I'm working on getting all trophies for Ratchet and Clank Going Commando and Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. I'm gonna do videos on them. Like, oh, it's been great, like playing games with achievements that didn't have them back in the day as a trophy hunter. It's been mind blowing.
I just have my PS2 right here, so.
Oh, now I want to go to IKEA. God damn it! It's 3 a.m, Jess.
So, Leon had touched on you want to talk about like when games were tough. He talked about Driver's tutorial
Driver
mode.
was so sick.
Driver's tutorial mode. You had to cross off the list in like what 30 seconds.
I never even played the first. I started with Driver 2,
Dude.
which was on PS1.
Oh,
but Driver 2
awesome.
Dude, do you remember the tutorial? You had to do like a J turn, and you had to do
The
like
first one, yeah, you had to do
one where it's like door off the
skidding,
bed.
stop, and park, like, and you only had like 10 seconds to do it. You get up to speed, skid into a parking spot, and you better be perfectly in that parking spot.
Well, can we at least all agree that Dread 3R was the worst one? It was that was god awful.
I never played that one.
Yeah,
I was just thinking,
I
like,
never played that one.
you guys are talking about challenging driving games. I remember some of the earlier Gran Turismo, like you have to get those licenses, you know, to like
Gran
go up
Turismo
the-
2.
Some of
That
those
one
were
was
freaking
brutal.
hard.
Yep.
This one's a little out there, but like Crazy Taxi on PSP.
Bro, that's my fucking game. Crazy
Supremacy.
Taxi is my game.
Street
Oh, I can't
Supremacy
wait.
is my favorite racing game of all time. I just
Carmageddon 2 was my favorite.
One I had
I
on the
never
PS1
played
was
Carmageddon. I know what
Gotham
it is, but
City
I've never got to
Racers. That
play
was
it.
awesome. Everyone said it was shit, but I loved it. It had the animated series, and you could chase people around. You didn't just have to go Batman. You could go like Two-Face and Big Truck or the Joker Mobile or whatever else. It's awesome.
Nice. Night Saber says Sega Rally. Long, easy left.
Oh, Sega Rally.
Hard right.
Yeah.
Jump. Yeah.
Jump.
Let me just go back to the original topic really quick, just to close this out. Another Xbox executive from formerly from Microsoft, basically in a podcast said that they're leaving behind everything that Xbox built, and they're not doing hardware anymore. Their console's dead. Just wanted to point that out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
and
I
then
think
on
a
top
lot
of
of
that-
people saw this coming.
Yeah,
the
we've been
next
saying this
Halo-
for so long. Yeah.
Yeah, the next Halo is going to be announced in October of 25.
And remember, kids, your TV is an Xbox. So
It'll probably be on PlayStation.
Is it going to be a sequel, or is this going to be that ground up remake of Halo 1 that we've been hearing about?
I think it's going to be a new game.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, I mean, 343 is now Halo Studios, and I don't think that they're specifically making any of the remakes. So,
Oh, we got an announcement today. They're going to tell us what they've been working on in October. So that's it.
yeah.
Excellent.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Let's see here.
can't wait
and
to
then,
see how Cortana's going to look in the new one.
Oh boy.
Gonna have
Yeah,
to-
that's
Around?
Well, they are run by a butch lesbian now, so
Okay, I'm calling it Deborah Wilson. Cortana's going to be Deborah
Oh
Wilson.
my god.
And the world will explode.
You should have said that. You're probably right.
I've been thinking of making a video called the Deborah Wilson effect because, like, she
Please
actually
do,
is good at
please
what she
do.
does. I think she's a good video game mocap actress. Good, like she's a good voice actress in it.
Yeah,
By
but
the
they
same
make her
token,
so
there's other fucking actresses out there. Like,
Is that the black woman with the bugged out
Yes.
eyes?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
that's the one.
Well,
And the thing is,
Yeah.
I actually because I had the same thought as you, like maybe a year ago or something, and I went through her career, and it's a pretty standard voice acting career. Like they just do background roles.
Yeah.
And then I think her
She was
first
originally
major
on
one
Mad
was like
TV.
World of Warcraft, and then she did a lot of NPCs in GTA 5. And then she starts to get the bigger roles, like the Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare, whatever.
as soon as they started their DEI agendas and needing to make everybody be a black
Yep.
woman, she shot to the top.
And
it's
then
unfortunate
you
because
get
she-
to
what she does, but not
2023, and she was in like 12 AAA games or something like that. It was pretty crazy.
But like here's the deal, because she is talented. I like her work. But okay, I like Hugh Jackman. I do. He's one of my favorite actors. I want Hugh Jackman in every fucking movie. Like that's the thing is like Deborah Wilson's good at her job, but can we like not put her in every fucking game because there are other people out there?
It was like the same thing with Troy Baker and
yeah.
Who was the other guy that's in everything?
Roger Craig Smith. Oh yeah,
I would say Nolan North. Yeah,
Nolan North. That's the one I was thinking of. But yeah, but Deborah Wilson was great on Mad TV.
You know what I think? I think they're gonna do either Lizzo or the chick that plays the president in the last.
Stacey Abrams.
Viola
Davis.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, Viola Davis.
Stacey Abrams.
Stacey Abrams.
Oh, okay.
Picture this. I got a pitch for you. Weight loss simulator featuring Lizzo. Let's do it.
She'd probably endorse it at this stage in her career.
Yeah, dude. Imagine you could buy the Ozempic DLC. Like,
I mean, South Park bullied her enough. I mean,
well, what if there was like a Lizzo fit for the Wii? You know what I mean?
Lizzo.
Yeah. Remember the balance board? Well, actually, no. That would void the warranty of.
Yeah, I was gonna say
board.
you would have to have a base plate made out of depleted uranium. I don't know.
Geneva Convention won't let us have that anymore.
Well, I guess we're not having Lizzo fit then. Lizzo. Fit.
Yeah.
Lizzo. Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys remember the game Ready or Not when it first came out. They had a publisher drop them because they had in their roadmap that they were going to have and I'm going to try to say the words reverse so that YouTube doesn't get mad. A shooter that was active at a map that was in a school. Okay. So it was highly controversial that you were a SWAT member going in, clearing out houses and whatnot. They had to self-publish. Okay. Later on, they had some other assets in the game, and Kotaku called them out for being like, ew, you're being all political with Red Pill. And they actually made it.
Kotaku called them out for being political?
Yeah.
Right.
Crazy, huh?
I call the kettle Lizzo, whatever.
What happened is that they bent the knee to Kotaku.
Yep.
Okay.
No.
That's why I never bought their game.
Yep. Yeah. I bought their game before any of this happened, and it actually is a pretty good game. Yeah, so now we have a whole new thing with this article from That Park Place. Essentially, they're going to be censoring the game so that they're allowed to release onto consoles. And because they don't want to have different builds of the game, they're going to be applying that to the Steam PC version that we already bought and own.
Does that mean they're taking out the controversial missions?
I believe so.
Yeah,
that blows.
Probably.
I love those missions.
They use a lot of wording in it that's extremely loose, and they make it seem like they've already kind of, moved the bar a little bit. So what's a little bit more type of stuff. And on top of that, anybody that's, being critical of them on the Steam forums is just getting the thread locked. And even people that are not even talking about that, they're the developers or whoever runs the account, they've been locking threads for people just asking regular questions about the game, like, hey, are you going to do this feature eventually? And they'll just lock the thread. It really seems like they're not very genuine. What is happening right now?
Jess accidentally put a Cobra Cast link in, and
then Nagral's promoting it.
To talk about it. So.
I'm not pulling anything up. I don't even have the power to.
At this point, you would think these studios, especially these indie
the right
studios
word,
and whatnot, would have learned, because we've seen W after W for these studios getting praise and accolades, and that transitioning to sales for publicly stating they're not going to bend the knee. And like you would think that if you're an intelligent businessman, you would look at like Lords of the Fallen or insert other. We've had other examples of it. Be like, hey, their numbers shot up when they said they're not bending the knee. Even if you don't agree politically, you're a business. Fucking just do it. Go where the money's going.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with that is that a lot of them they're not focused on the business aspect. They're focused on the industry standard, just like what happened with Lords of the Fallen. Industry standard was you need to have this in your game. You need to have that in your game. You need to at least, bend in a little bit to this. And that's how you get published. That's how you get out there. That's how people see your product and want to play it. And no matter the fact that that's not true, there's enough people in the industry that are helping control the levers and pull the strings that still want that shit in games. So they'll tell people, oh, you're not going to make any money and you're not going to be published if you don't take this stuff out of your game. So they're still doing it because they're still too ideologically captured by the audience that they think that they have, who's actually not even their audience.
Well, to be honest, I don't think there's a lot of money left behind this game because if you're going to make, it's actually quite easy to make 2 versions of a game these days. You don't even have to do it. You can give it to someone like a Virtual Studios, who they do a lot of work for a lot of studios. They'll come in at the 11th hour and they'll make extra shit, or they might even make a different version of the game. They're basically contractors. That's what they do. They come in at the last minute and they make a new game for you. They could just do that for consoles instead.
Well, yeah, I think you're actually spot on there, Norman, because I think that they've run out of people to sell the game to, and they're trying to find new customers, and that's on the console. But they have to change everything for the console. But having 2 separate builds of the game is going to cost too much, because they probably do have future plans still for PC with other DLC or other,
keep in mind
microtransactions or something.
Sony has been doing this shit for a while, and basically that's where they're going. Let's be real here. Whatever they say, we're going to consoles. They're mainly focused on Sony, because just like that last story that we covered, Xbox isn't going to make Xboxes anymore. They're moving away from that. All right, they're going to have Game Pass, but Sony has been in this ideological capture for a long time, forcing games to change things to get published on the Sony consoles. So ultimately, you can kind of throw this up and go, yeah, Sony's probably the one who made this call.
Really quick, Jess, the only way to make this right is if you drop my link to my shirt in the D-Day Cobra chat right now.
That's the way to do it. Yep.
Yeah.
An eye for an eye.
Yep. And then all is well.
And make sure you yell War Eagle right after you do it.
If she doesn't do it, I'll go do it.
I will make it legal.
But what do you guys think of this idea that you bought a game on PC and now they're going to censor it because of the console plebs? Those dirty console users.
Console.
Looks like I'm not playing Ready or Not again.
They're flying very close to the sun, because they've talked about this where they've actually had people developing.
Can't use sun. That's gendered language.
Yeah, it's I will. I'm an old man. I will talk any way I want to. But it's they've had games where they basically develop it and then they just switch gears, and people have been like, "What the hell, dude? I did not pay for this."
Yeah, like so. Right
check
now,
out the reviews; they're actually starting to turn.
Steam Summer Sale. It is $25 at 50% off. This would be the perfect time for somebody like me who's heard of the game. Kind of sounds fun. I thought about picking it up, and then I remembered, oh, wait, they were taking stuff out. They were censoring stuff before. Now they're doing it again. There's no chance I buy the game now.
Yeah. And I would hope that, to improve their image, the only way forward, I think, right now is if they say, all right, we made a mistake. We'll have 2 different builds of the game. Here you go. I think people would be like, sweet, thank you. So,
yeah. But again, I don't think they have the funds or the manpower to do that.
What's that, Liam?
That used to be a totally normal thing, 2 different builds of the game. Like back when the PS2 and PS3 were going simultaneously, very frequently you would get 2 completely different builds of the same game so they could run on both consoles. Like Sonic Unleashed for PS2 and Wii was a completely different build than PS3 and Xbox.
I was about to say the best example of that absolutely is on the Wii, because you had to get every single game remade for these interactive controls as opposed to just your
it's not the controls, it's that they all run on different architecture.
Well, this is that as well, but the mechanics of the game had to be changed. So like for instance, Force Unleashed, you're using the Force, you're turning your arm to choke, you're doing that for lightning, you're doing that for the
I get it. They were entirely different builds, like from the ground up. They were different engines, the whole line.
Well, Norman, so in order to make this game, they had to tell their investors that they're going to achieve a certain thing with the money that they give them. and it probably doesn't account for making multiple different builds, because they were saving so much money by making it for x86 hardware to begin with. So having the one build was probably a selling point as far as efficiency goes, making it for all these different games.
Yeah,
systems. I mean,
it's easier when you go back and forth as well from like
yeah,
if you're
and
going to
also
do crossplay or whatever.
If they do have plans to do cross-platform, which honestly, if you're going to take a game to consoles, you've already been on PC, you better be doing cross-platform, because then you're going to get maximum audience involved in games. You would have to have the same build of the game to be able to do cross-platform. But I'm still blaming it on Sony.
Fair.
Would you have to have the same build that like it'd have to be running on the same engine and whatnot? But I'm pretty sure that like assets that are in the like let's say the version that you get on Steam, you can have different assets on the version that's on PlayStation or Microsoft or whatnot,
So,
and
yes.
the visuals would be different to you and them. So I could be wrong, but I would think as long as the engine's the same, that's all that would matter.
basically, you have the same build, but you have different constraints on it for different systems.
Right. And
You know what I mean?
I'm more specifically talking about those missions that may be controversial that they're having to take out. You can't have one version where you have all of these other missions, have a cross-platform lobby, and then have all of half of the lobby drop out because they're on console.
And
Yeah,
I just looked at their website. I was going to go, oh well, this is only 50 plus devs, but then I remembered we just seen a dev studio with less than 40 make Game of the Year, so that's not an excuse anymore.
But yeah, I don't know. It is too bad, because I did like going back to Ready or Not every once in a while, because that game is really hard.
It looks really difficult and really like realistic and fun. And I just hate whenever people ideologically bend the knee to something, and I refuse to participate.
Bro, now just think of the outrage when that game Recorded actually comes out.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The cop body cam game that's like hyper
been waiting for
realistic
that.
and whatnot. And dude, I think that's the sort of game that you can't have a game like that and also be a studio that bends the knee. It will kind of defeat the purpose of the game. So that game might cannibalize this game's players. You know what I mean?
Unless you're bending the knee onto a neck, then you can bend that knee.
Okay, well put.
On the black screen of death.
Yes, on the shoulder, by the way, it wasn't the neck, but
right. Let's see here. I keep leaving this tab in this window for Nagranal. He wasn't here last week, and we couldn't cover it the Monday before that. Nagranal, I need your help with this article. All right. Stellar Blade would have been better if it had an actual narrative. In a recent interview, director Kim Hwang Tae said, "I think it's true that the story is weak. The thing that held us back the most was the cutscenes. In an action game that carries the narrative, cutscenes play a very important role in storytelling. It's difficult to convey the entire story with action alone. This is why we have to carry the narrative through cutscenes. But at first, we tried to make a lot of settings and cutscenes. So basically, they don't have a story in the game now.
They
why
do
do you
have
like
a
playing it so
story.
much?
Hard to disagree.
They have a great story in the
Yeah,
game.
that's a wild take. I'm gonna have to make a video about this. Send me that link.
This is actually an old article.
That's fine. I made a video on my channel about articles I wanted to talk about on here like fucking months ago.
All right, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, that's crazy. It has a great story.
No, I was
still
just,
has really good cutscenes and all that. It's
it's got
I don't know
it's got
where that
great
came from.
cutscenes. And honestly, one
I
of
was
the
trying to
things
trigger
that
you.
makes the game so great and so beautiful is the fact that they tell the story through subtle things, right? Like it's a subtle, like where you get the plot through going through and finding these little data archives that basically you have to find. They throw it right in front of your face. You pick it up, you read it, and then you get some cut scenes of great things happening. Like they do a great job of telling the story in that game. I don't know what he's talking about.
The rest of it is I was just trying to trigger Nagranal. They don't really think this. What they are actually
really
saying is we wish that we could have made it better, but we just didn't have the money. So according to Kim, the weakness of Stellar Blade's narrative was largely an issue of cost. Cutscenes that would have had served to flesh out the narrative in the wider world of Stellar Blade had to be cut just to ship the game.
That makes sense.
This is an article talking about Stellar Blade 2, how they are going to have enough money now, and we think that we're going to tell a better story. So,
see, I don't know. For all the flaws of Melanie Mac, she posted something probably a year ago that I thought was one of my favorite tweets I've ever seen. She said, "I miss the days when cutscenes were a reward."
ooh, yeah, that's not bad. Metal Gear Solid is a great example.
Yeah, I like Metal Gear Solid Guns of the Patriots, where you can just put your controller down for 45 minutes and watch the movie happening before you play it.
I don't know about that.
I like it.
You're like, all right, let me order a pizza.
Yeah, it'll be here by the time I have to play the game again. So, okay.
Yeah, if that's what they were going for, I think I'd like Stellar Blade a lot less. I think it has a perfect amount. I like playing games. I don't like watching them. So,
well, I mean, the idea would be, you watch those cutscenes the one time, and then on your like New Game Plus, you can skip past them, type of thing. And I'm sure you already do that.
That's what I
on your
do with
new
nearly
game.
every video game, unless I'm really wanting to revisit the story. Usually, I'm wanting to revisit the game, so I skip the cutscenes on a second or third playthrough. That being said, I mean, every now and again, I'm going to go through a game. It's like, man, I missed this story, so I sit there and I do watch every. In general, it's mostly, I skip them after the first time because I want to play the game.
Well, so for me, I grew up playing JRPGs where the story is the most important part of the game that you're playing. Like,
I mean,
you were dealing with
any game.
Well, arguably yes, but I'm saying like with a lot of the games that I play a lot of RPGs. They need to be story heavy. They need to like draw me into it. So like with Stellar Blade, there could have been some scenes that, where they have the little like articles that you're reading or whatever. There could have been a cut scene there that explains that kind of thing. So I can see what he's saying with them having taken maybe some of that kind of stuff out.
No, I think that's kind of limiting though. I mean, you can have story without having cut scenes, to be fair.
I was
like,
just gonna say that.
Yeah, that's true.
And they do. Yeah. There's a lot of dialogue when you're just walking around where they're talking about stuff, talking about the world. And I think it has a perfect blend of cutscenes and then like dialogue and then stuff that you actually have to read.
Yeah, I think it's a damn near perfect game. Like just to clarify, like I absolutely love the game. I've bought it 4 times.
What? Why did you buy it 4 times?
So I bought it for me. I bought it for my girlfriend. One day randomly, I think I got drunk and ordered another copy of it because we just got another random copy in the mail. And then I bought it on PC.
All right, there you
go. Let's see here. So this next story, interesting. So Edward Kenway was doing signings at a convention.
Matt Ryan, aka John Constantine.
Yes. Norman, I haven't played Black Flag, so I'm gonna.
What?
I haven't.
Crime against nature.
Leave now and go play.
Well, I'll tell you why. It's because, hang on, let me share with audio. And this is this is so funny because I bet this guy is upset that this clip starts right with what looks like him picking his nose. So
he's just rubbing it. He's just rubbing it.
One of the fans actually captured this.
Great, priming them and everything. Right, quote in white. Please? You help make a soldier out of a scoundrel.
Wonder how much he's charging.
Have you beaten the game?
I have. Well, it's been a minute, but
you might have to beat it again.
Ooh.
Yeah, boy. I gotta go through all of them again.
Which means,
especially
that it's a full remake. He's had to come back and do some voice work, clearly.
So, is it $40 or 120? Because he dropped an Andrew Jackson.
Yeah, I don't know, but he actually said, I'm not allowed to, but yeah, you're going to be playing the game again, basically hinting he's under NDA or something like that. So, which you would think he would still get in trouble for saying that.
Yeah, you would still get in trouble for saying that. Yeah, you can't
unless they ask him to say that.
Well,
true.
There is a
You know?
fine line you can walk with an NDA. So, like,
Yeah.
in terms of like playing a game, you're allowed to say on a stream, if I had played this game, I would not be able to tell you, and if I hadn't played the game, I would be able to tell you. That's kind of like the contract lingo you're sort of allowed to work around. So that's kind of what Matt Ryan's doing in that situation there.
Yeah,
he's walking that very fine line.
AC Black Flag is the only Assassin's Creed game I have completely 100%ed.
Me too.
Like I have all the
Done
trophies
multiple.
for Odyssey, but I haven't done like everything you can do in AC Odyssey. Black Flag, I found every single fish, every single piece of treasure. I went to every single corner. I defeated all 4 legendary ships.
Yep.
Everything. Upgraded my villa to full maximum power, the ship to full maximum power. I did everything in that game because on top of being an Assassin's Creed game with a pretty good story, rich in the Caribbean history, it's just a really fucking good pirate game. Like really
like
fucking
the
good
best
pirate
game, I think.
Yes,
right
I would say the best pirate game because the first time you go onto an enemy ship and you're on their ship
Swing
and you're
over.
trying to slay all of them or capture their crew, like it's so fun. It's a phenomenal game.
Yeah, I've played it all the way. I've done all of it, everything in the game twice now because I played it on 360 and then a year or so ago I played it again on PlayStation 4.
Nice.
And I'll definitely be playing it again, but I'm not going to be paying Ubisoft any money anytime soon.
Yeah, I was thinking that
I'll
too.
just play the
like,
PS4 version.
Even if they come out with the remake or remaster or whatever you want to call it, I don't know if I want to give Ubisoft money.
I don't. And I won't.
Actually, I do know. I don't.
I never
good.
Black
If you have a
Flag.
nice monitor
I
or
stopped
something,
caring. It still
my
looks
bad.
good. No, I was saying it still looks good if you have like a really nice monitor or even a TV. It still holds up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm of the opinion that unless it's a game that like legit doesn't hold up, we need to not be remaking video games from like the PS3, Xbox 360
agree.
onward. Very few video games from that era actually need remakes. I don't know. I'm pretty into video game remaking.
The thing with
but if you want,
the thing with this
go on.
one though is the Assassin's Creed is trying to get everything into their whole Animus hub. So that's they know that Black Flag is their most popular Assassin's Creed game. So they're remaking it on a modern engine so they can put it on the Assassin's Creed hub so you can jump from that to Shadows to every future game that's going to come out.
Norman, let me ask you, do you think that they're going to make changes to the story or take things out that shouldn't be there because they didn't age well type of
we'll
thing?
have to
or...
see. I can't remember there being anything too controversial in Black Flag.
Yeah, I don't think I can't think of anything that would have been considered like highly controversial in Black Flag.
Because it mainly is they are just telling Caribbean history, and Edward's just kind of in the middle of everything. And there's a tiny little, supernatural Assassin's Creed plot going on that doesn't really get resolved until the very end.
Well, like, what if on the ships there's like more women than usual all of a sudden? Because back in the day, having a woman on the ship was bad luck, and they just didn't exist.
They could do that. They could also change some of the island governors to be black people because it is the Caribbean.
Yeah.
That's something else they could
See, but that would be so historically inaccurate because from what I know about Benedict Cumberbatch's history, the Caribbean black people were the slaves to the island governors.
Correct.
That's why his family owed reparations.
I mean, yeah, you can just go play the original one now, and you have to deal with a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I could think that they would hit on is some of the slavery stuff because slavery stuff does play a part in the game. So they could take
DLC
some of that
for
out.
that. It's Freedom Cry.
Freedom Cry. That's it.
Yeah, where you play as Adewale.
Your first mate in the main game, Adewale is a freed slave.
Yeah, Adewale is a freed slave, but I'm saying they could take some of that stuff out.
Well, you got two things happening though, because the Assassin's Creed franchise is moved over to a different entity now with partial ownership with Tencent. Do you think that Tencent would even allow that?
No, Tencent, man, they're Chinese. They're probably all like, bro, we love slavery. We want more slaves in the game.
And I don't know.
I don't think this game's going to be part of that whole thing. Like, AC Black Flag is cooking.
I thought it was.
I would say it's already pretty much done. Like, I would say it might even be ready to ship. I don't know. It could be they're just waiting for a date.
Nah, there's no way. Assassin's Creed Shadows was so recent. I mean, we're probably 6 months to a year in the pipeline for a release.
Yeah, but you've got to remember that they've got 20,000 employees working at that goddamn company, and we've been hearing about a Black Flag remake for about, I want to say, at least 3 years now. At least
I'm
3 years.
sure that they were working on both
we've
of
been
them at
hearing
the
about a
same
Bloodborne
time.
remake for like 10
They
years
have
now,
multiple
but it's not really a
studios.
thing. Like,
Yeah, they have multiple studios, and
wasn't
and a lot
Elder
of
Scrolls
times-
6 announced like 4 or 5 years ago, and we still know nothing
No,
about it beyond
it was longer than that.
It was like 8
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
But they did also give us Oblivion remastered. And, you know, now it wasn't just Bethesda that worked on that, but presumably they were working on both of the games at the same time. All of us Elder Scrolls fanboys are still waiting on just Bethesda to say anything about Elder Scrolls 6. Like, I think half of us already know it's going to be ruined and it's going to be
in God,
terrible,
Howard,
but
we trust
please.
Hayden. Look, I'm not an Elder Scrolls guy, to be fair. I'm far more sci-fi than fantasy, but I do want Elder Scrolls 6 to hurry the fuck up because they're not doing Fallout 5 until
wait.
Elder Scrolls 6 is done. So
Nope. Okay, so news just in. Todd Howard is releasing the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim Super Ultra Mega Edition. But no news on Elder Scrolls 6.
Look, I was trying to find it, but someone quote tweeted this from like 2018. They're like, "Oh my god, we're gonna get it soon." 2018.
Whoa, it was 2018 when this was announced.
I think so.
Bro, that's 7 years ago.
It's
That's
so
insane.
long.
They're
That
still
was, those
working
were
on
different
it.
times.
It's still gonna come out. Don't worry.
Surely. And while I was looking for that, there was some sort of announcement that they said they were going to skip the PlayStation 5 for whatever comes after that. So
Yeah.
that's how much further it is down the pipeline. It sounds like
That's probably another 2 to 3 years before we start
least.
hearing something from
maybe even
PlayStation.
5.
Yeah, maybe 5. Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty sure I will be dead before Fallout 5 comes out, and that's just great.
Let's see here. I got a couple things. So Death Stranding 2 came out, and this photo mode is like kind of wild. Let's see. Hold on.
Okay, did his audio get fucked up, or is that just me?
No, it's APF.
Okay.
What's that? Do I sound bad?
You're
Okay, you sound good now.
You
You
sound
sound
fine now.
Nice.
It's like hyper realistic and almost uncomfortable.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Uncanny Valley for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching.
I like it. It looks good.
No, I think it looks
other people play.
Looks good.
I can't wait to play it, but I'm waiting on it to come
Hideo
to
Kojima games is gonna be overrated trash.
Oh, fuck off,
Look into
Leon.
that.
Dude, you know I hate Kojima,
and I fucking love.
I've been
Kojima.
following this one though, and I gotta say, like the jump from 1 to 2 has been quite a big leap in terms of mechanics and things. So I'd say if you want to play Death
What,
Stranding,
you do more
play
than
the second
walk in
one.
this one?
Yeah, you did more
Yeah,
than
you
walk in
drive.
the first one. If you actually
Yeah,
played
drive
the
a
game,
lot.
you'd fucking know that, Leon.
I know.
It's about
I don't know.
It's about
Every time I watch the game, I
infrastructure.
see people just fucking either driving or walking. That's all I ever see people doing.
No, there's combat in the game.
I haven't
it's a
seen it.
major
Every time I watch American
part-
Ninja play the game, he's literally either walking or driving. That's all I ever see him doing.
There's a major part
I saw
of
him
the
holding
game
a
that is
gun.
combat.
Look,
Oh,
Nagadol,
one
of
major
the 8
part.
hours of that game, there's a solid 20 fucking minutes of combat, bro. Like,
Every time you're walking somewhere, you have to fight against people, and then occasionally you have to fight against the BTs too.
Yeah,
you have to
Nagadol,
fight
every
against
time
Kojima's prima donna mentality. Like, you fight
every
against-
time you watch someone else's stream, it just happens to be the parts where they're not fighting people.
There's a lot of walking, but yeah, you're missing all of the combat. There is a
Yeah.
lot of combat in the game, and they seem to have taken that as a note from the first game, and they've really amped up the combat in the second game.
Don't you get, Carl? We're the Death Stranding.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Orange Gotten for a 199. Thank you so much, dude. The amount of hours I put into Skyrim, love it. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah.
Skyrim.
I haven't played Skyrim in a long time. I kind of want to go back and play it.
I used to have, so I actually worked at GameStop whenever Skyrim came out, and I had the cutout the big cardboard cutout of the Dragonborn that they had that was like 6.5 foot tall. I had that in my house for years and years and years. Now I think it's folded up somewhere in storage, but guys, you know what? I don't have to convince you people. Like, I'm gonna play the game when it comes to Steam.
What do you mean by you people?
You Kojima haters.
I don't hate Kojima. I'm just saying I've never seen anybody shoot a gun in that game once in my life.
There's guns.
I've seen him hold a gun.
There's other ways to solve problems besides killing people with guns. Okay,
And a lot of the time, it's building a zip line system and zip lining around the world. Like, that's something you can do.
I mean, you want to destroy bridges, and he's all about building bridges.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Have you tried using your words, Nagarnal?
Oh man,
fuck words.
Just putting the knee down on that one, huh?
Oh, dude.
Nagarnal doesn't want to spend. He doesn't want to spend money on counseling, so he just takes it out on controllers.
I don't want to spend money on a walking simulator either.
Hey, there's a free walking simulator on Steam.
Treadmill, the video
There
game.
is. Also, I picked up Death Stranding for PC for really cheap during the sale. So
did you?
Yeah, probably eventually play that.
Did I pick that? I gotta look and see if I picked it up. I
think
know I
it
was
was-
thinking about it.
I think it was $14, something like that.
Yeah,
So-
it's real cheap.
I've only bought myself one game during the Steam sale. I bought so many other people games, and then for me, it's like I'll buy Resident Evil 6 for $5 because Centivere hasn't played it yet, and so she was like her and I both keep getting comments in our videos like, so you guys have played Resident Evil 5 together? Are you gonna do 6? And I'm like, oh well, since they're asking, and Centivere's like, hey, is 6 good? I really liked 5. I was like, oh honey, like so.
Here you go. It's already here.
All hail Lord Gaben. May he live
I
forever.
have bought over 40 games since the Steam summer sale went.
40? Damn, I have 20, counting the ones that Leon gifted me. So
41.
Zero.
Yeah,
I think I bought
big old battle zero.
Yeah, I haven't bought any.
I bought 11, but Erwin denied one of them because apparently Tomac also. I got Erwin Final Fantasy 7, but he's like, just so you know, I rejected that one because Tomac also got it for me. So I got him Crypto the Necro Dancer, and so it's like that's 2 for him, 3 for you, 3 for Hypno, 1 for me, a couple percent. I think I got 11 on the Steam sale. It's been great. I plan on doing more. Like Steam sale's been great this year.
Look, I hardly ever turn on my Steam Deck. When I do, I'm playing a game from 2011. So it's like, yeah, I'm not buying any games until
much was that,
I play
Isaac?
some more.
I did, in fact, buy Death Stranding over the past couple of days. So,
Idaho Mike, member for 3 months. Well, my gifty is going to expire this week. Maybe you'll get another one. I just want to say how much I appreciate you all, and that I'm glad to be a part of this. Hail the GCA! Hell yeah, dude!
Absolutely.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I don't
Yeehaw.
Mike is always in chat. Thanks for hanging out with us, idiots.
Isaac said KOTOR 1 is only $10. I actually probably will buy that on Steam.
That's
because I have no other way of playing it.
So I have
I bought KOTOR 1 for $5 on Switch like a year ago. It holds up so well, dude.
I got you.
I have it on my
I got
phone,
the original
so-
discs
I
for
can't stand to
$8
play
at a retro store. I have the original install disc, and they all work. I ripped
Nice.
imaged the disc just in case, but I've been wanting. I never played it. I haven't played a lot of BioWare games, but I've been playing Mass Effect,
So good.
and that's been awesome. So,
Well, I think that we have a little bit of a secret memer situation happening right now, and we have footage of you playing. Actually, Mo, Mozambique.
What?
Oh man,
I don't.
Not
even
sure
know.
why this is a thing. And then we also have
He's got the BB-8 in the Rainbow.
some moments.
by the way, in case anybody's
that's what that
wondering,
is.
the Mass Effect Legendary Edition that has Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 in it is $6 on Steam right now. So if you don't have 1, 2, and 3, go pick them up. Andromeda doesn't exist. That never happened. We don't talk about it.
Yeah, shame on Erwin for that being his first Mass
Oh my
Effect game
God,
that
I
he played.
know.
But Leon, dude, thank you for the 5 gifties. I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
I've been worried with this whole like, can I even open another tab because I was worried about the internet and whatnot. Dude, so I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna risk it. Risk it for the biscuit.
That
I
5G
appreciate it. Thank you.
hotspot, that will take you a long way up until the moment you run out and hit your data cap.
Yeah.
Then it's just
well, they say unlimited, but usually you have like priority data and then secondary data. When you get to the secondary data, it sucks. And you kind of lag all over the place.
Because it is unlimited. They don't stop you from using the data, but it'll take 45 minutes to load a page after you have used up your data. Hell, whenever I first started streaming with you guys, whenever I was at work, I was still using my phone hotspot to stream with you guys.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Nice. I
And it
mean,
holds
Erwin
up.
does it for his stream because his internet's so bad in his apartment. So
Yeah. It'll hold up until it runs out, and then you won't be able to do shit.
Yep.
I guess I bought it a while ago.
Any of you guys follow Greg on Twitter?
Oh yeah. Greg's a great follower. He loves telling people good morning.
Drink Bailey from a shoe.
Good morning to all the people who it's
that's
morning
old.
for.
That's old
Oh,
Greg.
that's old Greg. Sorry, this is young Greg. Okay.
Yeah, this is a different Greg. I'm old Greg.
His funniest post. Did
I got a mangina.
No. Oh man.
With that.
That is a quote.
That
The
is
funniest-
You don't know that quote, you're uncultured.
The funniest post that he ever made. Let me try to find it.
Sorry, the hard to swallow pills were actually hard to swallow pills.
His funniest post. It was to PETA, and they said it was like something about not eating animals or something. And then Greg simply replied to him saying, "How come bigger fish are allowed to eat smaller fish, and that's okay?" And then they blocked him. That's the funniest thing in the world.
Wasn't he one of the first ones that did that meme where they have that, that billboard that says like,
Yes,
where
yes, he
do
was
you
about
draw
here.
the line? And it like goes all the way from like rabbits all the way, and cows and deer and stuff like that up to horses and then dogs
Yeah.
and cats. And I think Greg was one of the first ones that did the meme that he was like right here.
Right here, yeah.
Yeah.
And even then, there's some
find
leeway with horses, bro. Because I'll try to eat a fucking horse. I don't give a shit.
I've
Probably
probably
haven't
eaten
eaten-
horse meat
yeah.
before.
If you've eaten at Taco Bell, you may have eaten horse. Like,
What's in the meat? Nobody knows.
I don't care.
Let's
It tastes
see.
good. Give it to me.
Who am I going to pick on with this one? Probably Bo. Bo, you've been picked on. You can get picked on a little bit more, right?
Sure.
All right.
Let's go.
I saw this delivery heading towards your house. So
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Your mom's order is shit.
Gifted.
Dude, why would
can
you
you
wrap it
explain
like
what that
that?
is? What are we looking at here?
I don't know what's in it.
You don't want to know.
Yeah, Bo knows what it tastes like, probably.
How many times do you think that guy has been honked at during that entire trip?
Dude, for real.
He
The
probably parked his
entire
car
time.
and ate a bullet like right there.
Or, dude, maybe he's like a star when he shows up at the truck stops, and he's like the popular one behind the bushes at the truck stops, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Look, it's the truck with the big green dick on it.
Yeah. The only thing that would have made that
Jolly
picture
green
better
phallus.
if it was parked next to a roast beef truck or something.
Oh no.
It's that new SpaceX rocket, dude.
And
The
then
one from Austin Powers.
we got some Sopranos fans here, right?
I've seen a fair bit amount.
Okay. I found this interesting. James Gandolfini's final meal just before his fatal heart attack reportedly consisted of 4 rum shots, 2 pina coladas, 2 beers, 2 orders of fried prawns, and a large serving of foie gras.
Foie gras.
Dinner of
Foie gras?
champions.
Whatever. It's
Goose liver.
yeah. They like force feed the goose, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
deserve it because geese suck. So,
Yeah.
especially Canadian geese, fuck those things.
Oh my
I
That
thought
meal,
that was
is,
funny.
that meal is to die for.
To die for.
That actually sounds like a solid meal. I mean, 4 shots of rum, 2 pina coladas, 2 beers.
I wouldn't be able to walk out of the fucking place if I had 4 shots of
He
rum.
wasn't
Well,
either.
neither did James Gandolfini.
Walk out of the place after 2 beers, bro. Like,
Oh, I can put back a lot of beers, but the liquor gets me.
Hey, it's better than Elvis's quadruple cheeseburger with an eighth of heroin.
That's why I
Yeah,
stick
that's
with
pretty-
vodka. Vodka won't kill you. the rum and
Bingo,
the pina
bingo,
coladas
yo,
will.
been vodka it up
the
all night.
AIDS laced within your glass, Hayden, will kill you.
Time to open up another. Let's go, baby.
There you go. What are you gonna do?
You know what? I bet he enjoyed the hell out of it.
I mean,
Surprised no one replied with the gifts. Like, maybe I'll just die.
Nope, no one did. Let's see here.
Be the first
and
chat.
a little bit of gun stuff.
Yeah.
Don't get mad at me, YouTube, please. So this is, I'm gonna mute that. A modern day Thompson,
Love it.
chambered in 9mm.
Give me 3 of them.
Yeah, it's freaking sweet. Oh my god. I actually saw someone modernize a old Thompson and it looks just like that, but there's a company actually making them now.
Does it
It's
use
so
old
cool.
mags?
It uses I think it uses mags from the M16 SMG for the 9mm.
That's awesome.
Either that or the Smith & Wesson 76. I think that might be Smith & Wesson actually, because that little tang that's welded on.
Can you get the drum?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's
Of
go,
course.
dude.
If you have any testosterone, that should have been your question as soon as you heard Thompson.
I
You have the
mean,
drum. Yes.
why would you get a Thompson and not be thinking about drums?
I don't know.
But did you go through the comments of that post I sent you last night, ABF?
Oh, that's right. Here, let me pull that up actually.
They
Find it again.
Oh my god, there was some that were fucking gold. Like I saw it and I immediately thought of you.
Okay. Anyone know what kind of weapon this is? Grace carrying in Resident Evil 9. So tell us about this, Leon.
Yeah, so I was just saw this post and there were so many folk that were like, I wonder what's saying here is like, well, it looks like a handgun, or like there's some that was like, I imagine it's just there's
Desert Eagle. Pistol.
Yeah, the Desert Eagle.
It's a Desert Eagle, baby.
Like, no, the fuck it doesn't. Like,
I don't know. It looks kind of Desert Eagle like to me.
It's a Barrett 50 cal.
AR-15
Pretty sure
pistol.
it's a P90.
It's a dude.
So if she uses the Desert Eagle, and she shoots it, will it knock her out? Like when women shoot Desert Eagles. It's one of the best
Probably.
videos ever.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, and I was thinking it was a Makarov, which is a 32 ACP, right?
It's a PPK.
Is this a PPK?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's a PPK.
But you're not going to catch me like guessing in the comments and shit if I don't know.
That's a high
But
point.
that was the best I got.
It's clearly a high point.
Because this, I think this is a Makarov right here, which looks similar, but might not be.
Yeah,
it.
that looks like a
that's not it.
Makarov.
Oh,
I don't
Idaho
think it
Mike
is.
solved it. It's a gun.
Oh, no way.
9x18.
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. It looks Makarov-ish, but I don't know if that's right.
Well, there was one comment that I think actually might be correct. Say a little like across, like because Resident Evil, some
Is it?
games use real guns and others don't, like for licensing purposes. Depends when they get the license. So someone said it looks like a Makarov and one that I wasn't familiar with. So I don't know what it was, but it was like a hybrid of the two to make it fake for a video game.
Okay, they do that a lot.
I
would make
didn't know what the second one was, so I couldn't confirm.
Oh, here we go. This kind of looks like it. Might not be it, but this Sig Sauer, that looks pretty similar.
It's pretty close.
Yeah. The 230.
Yeah. Different handle, but yeah.
This guy's got the
Well,
pop
yeah,
version of it.
Combination
Oh,
of two
okay,
different guns, though.
Oh,
Like,
right.
maybe-
I'm saying if it is a real gun, it looks
This reminds me of Will Ferrell's wooden gun from that the other guys. Remember that?
The other guys, yeah.
Gator, don't play no.
Did my first desk pop.
Sophie, what's up, Sophie?
Yo,
What up,
Sophie.
Made in
That
Germany.
looks closer.
This is a 230, basically. But yeah. Let's see here. What else do I have? Here we go. Mo, you might like this one. So I originally played this on Apple, the Oregon Trail.
Oh,
man.
Did you ever have one of these discs?
Oh my goodness, dude. We played on Apple II in school, but yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
My first computer. What was that, Naganol? Sorry.
So I had like an old black and white computer. Like all the games were just like black and white.
That's how my Apple was. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it was an Apple or not.
I think the text was green on mine, but yeah, my family, we had an Apple computer first. Yeah. And like the only way to shut it off.
Getting a movie?
No.
I swear to God, I covered it on Countercast like a month or two ago. They're Apple. I think it's Apple actually doing it. They're doing a live action Oregon Trail film.
Yep.
I mean,
100%.
I'm all for it, but didn't they already make a Taylor Sheridan show called 1883, which was basically the Oregon Trail?
No, okay. The only way that they're going to make an Oregon Trail movie, it has to be like the game. It has to be like, well, where's Timmy? He broke his leg. Well, we lost him for 2 days. How the fuck do you do that? Because it was like you'd always get these random situations where Timmy would break his leg all the time, like he had brittle bone syndrome, and then he's like, Timmy got lost for 3 days. I'm like, how the fuck do you lose?
Or you ford the river and
I was just
drowned while you were fording the river.
They better argue like, do we ford the river or do we just try to cross it?
We let the Indians take you across each and every single time, every single time. But I went down the Blue River. Okay, I had a perfect game going. I was going down the Blue River. We played this on archive.org. You can actually play the MS-DOS version anytime you want. Perfect. Everybody was alive. We had all of our things. Went down the Blue River, was steering left and right. I hit the rock right in the middle of the river, and the game said everyone has died.
Oh my God.
not everybody in my family, because we had the family names in there, like my wife and my kid. It was like everyone has died. Didn't elaborate or anything.
That's
and
wild.
I had to put in my tombstone. I almost had a perfect game, and the looks I got from my wife was like, I'm surprised I didn't get divorced like right there. Everyone has died.
I'm never getting on a wagon with you.
I would.
Anybody ever play the Oregon Trail?
Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Oregon Trail. Yes, it's
so it was an online like MS-DOS based game, but it was Oregon Trail, but it took place like in modern times during the zombie apocalypse, but still played like classic Oregon Trail. So you had to like make it from New York to California or whatever, and you're in like a car, and it plays the exact same, but it's zombie themed, it's survival horror themed. It's called the Oregon Trail. It's really fun.
But it's great because you'd have the shooting scenes instead of shooting bison. It was like zombies.
it's so cool.
But the same, yeah, that was a great game.
And you would like run into raiders or other settlements. You like trade with them, or they want to loot you and shit like that. Like it's fun.
100% is a totally underrated game.
Yeah, I miss playing Oregon Trail back in the day. I kind of wish that they evolved and like kept those games going in some fashion. I don't know. I guess they
did, but they weren't as good.
Yeah. Oregon Trail 3 was the last one I played, and that one actually had like full color and everything.
Yeah, like I remember playing like a 3D version.
All right, so I have a memory unlocked thing for you. Remember when they would play the original Oregon Trail on computers that were too fast to run it? And you would get to like Chimney Rock or like Fort, and it would play the music, but it was like 100 times faster than it was supposed to be. It would play like "Oh Susanna." Yeah, because it was so basically you play it on a faster Apple II. It would play the songs faster, so you get to like you'd hear "Oh Susanna," but it was like 10 times faster. Oh Susanna, what you for me? It would like play the music way too fast. It was.
Is that the one time where you unclick the turbo button on your computer?
Apple is like, get in, losers. We're going for a ride.
Oh man, that's funny.
Put some NOS on my covered wagon here. Like,
yeah, but the floorboards will fall out on your Mitsubishi Eclipse when you use NOS. So that's why I never used it. I don't know if you guys saw this clip. I kind of wanted to cover this. The original clip was taken down from this Valorant poster, but check this out.
Waylay. Since her release, she's had what we call a steep mastery curve, meaning her win rate increases the more games you play, but she's still slightly weak at all skill levels. So we're sharpening her ability to take fights right after exiting Lightspeed and making her refract more reliable, as well as improving Waylay's flow and gameplay feel. Her refract is faster and smoother, reducing total travel time.
I've already forgotten what game this is.
We've reduced the time it takes to start refracting, making
I'm
her
gonna go
harder to
throw
kill
up a
in the
minute.
brief window after
Isn't
the
this
after
that
the
guy
gas,
that was
and she
posting
loads her
pictures of
gun
the
more
Disney
quickly,
bathroom?
coming out of both light speed and refract.
Like you know what the craziest part is it's, I mean, yeah, it's a weirdo. But why is it dressed like somebody's aunt from like the 1970s?
I know.
I actually thought that was a woman and that the voice was a voiceover. I was like, why are they showing
That's what I thought at first
this
too.
lady while there's a voiceover? That threw me off. And then I realized the voice and the lips were in sync, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, it looks like she should have like a pitcher full of lemonade and like a Virginia Slim or something, or it.
I think they're doing that shaved head.
That's worse than Maximus.
Yeah, that's worse than Maximus.
Wild.
Like all these other people are being flamboyant with a lot of color hair. I want to look like my old Jewish grandmother. Okay. Sure.
I think they're gonna get their own like sitcom spinoff, The Golden Hurls.
Never go to Thailand.
Oh, that's true. Those people go ham with the surgery. You cannot tell until it's too late.
How do you know this, sir?
I've heard it. I know people that have been to Thailand.
I've seen The Hangover Part 2. That's it.
Let me guess. You
I actually have a buddy who was in the military, and he was I'll say graped by one of the Thailand.
No.
All I'm gonna say is that guy looks like he has stale candy in the bottom of his purse.
You can't be rude to
What do you think their name was? Peppermint, like
has Luden's lozenges from like 10 years ago stuck at the bottom or something.
Whoa. Pull up Mr. Tex Reds. Shit. Yeah, what?
Still would.
Whoa.
Wow. Tech
He has a
rat.
rat at the end of the day.
Whoa.
So,
Pause.
They're after those candies that or he's after those candies Mo was talking about.
The secret candies.
I mean, Mo is a apparently the lore has unfolded to have his own mints now, so
yes. I don't know how fresh and enjoyable avocado mints are, but
yeah, Tech Rat, in case you didn't see it, here you go. Mo mints. Just wanted to see what they taste like.
Britain.
Yeah. Makes it even worse.
Is Great Britain even like what they call it anymore? Like,
no, nowadays because the Muslim invasion, it's just more like okay, Britain, like
yeah, exactly.
Britanistan. Yeah. And then up where I am, it's gone from Glasgow to Glasgeria.
Glasgostan.
No, that's London. That's London.
Oh, okay.
Glasgeria is up here. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I hear Ireland's gone from Dublin to doubling down on letting in these immigrants.
Fucking idiots.
I wish I hadn't heard that joke.
Wow.
Do you know what Britain is? Britain is walking home at 10 o'clock at night in the pouring rain in a t-shirt because it was sunny when you left for work. And every guy you walk past, you just go, such is life. And he goes, oh yeah, I'm fucking loving it. That's Britain right there.
That's Michigan.
I thought that was a setup for a joke first. Like, he's walking home at midnight, and
nope.
And
that's just what happened on my way home. That's all.
And then you get stayed.
Yeah, I keep saying it. Britain, worst
Us is
food
Germany.
out of any country.
Agreed.
I think the Ethiopians have better food than Britain does.
Okay,
and they're
first of all,
they're like starving to death.
So what's better, British street food or Indian street food?
I'm pretty sure nowadays those are the same.
You'll still be alive after you eat the British one. That's how you know.
Yeah, but if it's Indian street food, you can just shit in the street and you're fine. So.
Exactly. If the Indian food doesn't kill you, you get stronger. So
Indian feed food.
That's how superheroes are born, right?
I love seeing those live streamers who go over there to like India and they just try to eat the food and they're like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna eat this. And then like the rest of the video is a montage of their next like 36 hours where they almost died.
And you forget we conquered the world. The only British street food you can get is fish and chips. The rest of it's, like Greek doner kebabs or Indian chicken pakora or Chinese or whatever else.
What about the fucking eel? What about eels? Don't you guys still have eels and shit?
Fucking food.
Jellied
They got
eels?
spicy,
No.
they got- but the food might kill you, but at least it's got flavor to it. Like the Brits just boil everything.
Yeah. Sophie,
There's a war on, goddammit!
The Peruvian food that we had was good. It was meat. They actually have
the
good meat
nicest
there.
restaurant I've ever been to in my life. I'm talking like fucking fat ass tab was a Peruvian restaurant. It was amazing. It was I think about this restaurant a few times a year, and I went there in like 2014.
Look, I've said this multiple times on the show, but one of the best dishes ever is the full Scottish breakfast. You've got like 5 different types of pig all on the one plate. It's gorgeous.
I'll say again, I think the British are very close to having good food. They just need to figure out how to open the jars of spices after they conquered the world and brought all
Those
of the
are called
spices
the
back.
trophies, Hayden. You got to keep them in nice,
Dude,
pristine
but see,
condition.
everybody else uses them.
I went to this restaurant in Colorado, right? Just outside Denver. It was me and my ex-girlfriend at the time, and we went to this like authentic African restaurant. When I say authentic, I mean it was one fucking thin black woman like this, like running the whole establishment. And I ordered jerked goat and fried plantains, and it was one of the greatest meals I'd ever eaten. I like 12 hours later, it's 2 a.m. We're in the hotel room. I'm shitting like fire from my ass, but like I'm dying from this African food. And my girlfriend at the time, she's like, "Are you okay in there?" And all I can muster up was like, "Worth it!" Like because the food was so good.
Yeah, you guys need to learn how to clean water and actually like filter it. Third world countries. You know, Sophie wanted to take me to KFC as my first eating experience when we got to Cusco, Peru.
I'll say that if I ever end up in Japan, that's going to be one of the first places I go. It's KFC.
The first place?
One of the first places.
Okay,
yeah.
but not the first place.
But it might be. I don't know. KFC is a whole different experience over there.
The airport, like
exactly. That's what I was going to say. You get to the airport, it's late. You're going to check into your hotel. You're starving because you've been on a plane for 12 hours.
No, but to be for real though, Japan has like $10 all-you-can-eat fried chicken bars.
Yes.
I'm not joking. It's all you can eat fried chicken and all you can drink beer for like $10 or $20. Like that.
And they give you those. They give you those like finger and thumb covers, so you don't get all the grease on your hands.
And you sit outside and you eat on a milk crate with like a piece of wood on it, and then there's like just some Japanese businessman that's next to you, just passed out drunk. Like, it sounds fucking awesome.
That's why I want to see when I go over to Japan. It's all the people just sleeping in the streets because you can. That's how safe it is over there. You can just sit down, pest out your mind, and go for a little nap, and nobody gives a fuck.
Nobody cares.
See, I feel if we like the one way, this is random. The one way to get communism out of Cuba is to put fast food restaurants there. There are no fast food restaurants in Cuba.
And that's why I say China's not really communist. China got Walmart and McDonald's. Those are the 2 biggest symbols of capitalism. You are cosplaying as communists over in China. You're capitalist, you don't want to admit it. Like,
all right. Well, we've gone about 2 hours. Should we wrap it up?
No, let's keep off the food going. Come on.
Off the food?
Off the pan. Off the pan. Let's go.
We've been doing for a couple of episodes now.
Leon, how do you like your steak cooked?
Rare. I will go medium rare, but rare is the go-to.
Hell yeah. You hear that, Isaac? Idiot. What about chicken wings? Bone in or bone out?
So I prefer bone in. However, I frequently go boneless because I'm always at the computer and working my hands. I don't want to get shit all over my keyboard. But if I have a preference, I'm obviously going bone in for sure.
Obviously, yeah.
We hate you too, Isaac.
Yep. One more question: are hot dog sandwiches?
Oh fuck! Not this again.
Hey, Hayden, didn't you bring this up on my show literally last week, like on Friday or something? No,
the hot dog bun. The hot dog bun is one piece of bread. In order to be a sandwich, it has to be between 2 pieces of bread. The hot dog bun is 1 piece of bread. It's not a sandwich.
No, I disagree with that reasoning because Philly cheesesteaks are my favorite food of all time, and those are technically on 1 piece of the bread because the hoagie, the roll, is not completely separated. No, the reason a hot dog's not a sandwich.
That's not a sandwich. That's a sub.
Yeah, but what happens when the structural integrity holding those 2 pieces of bread together gives way? Does it then turn into a sandwich?
2 pieces of bread.
And you're buying cheap fucking hot dog buns.
It happens. Sometimes you got a juicy hot dog, you know?
I feel like
No,
Nagano had the
You're
answer to
settling
all
for
of it.
mediocrity, BF. That's the
He
problem.
said, I had a sandwich and a hot dog today, not 2 freaking sandwiches. 2028 Nagano. That's all we need.
Exactly.
So I started eating a hot dog and then it converted into a sandwich halfway through.
No.
Also, I want to take fucking Norman's. I want to take Norman's opinion of what fucking food is. He's British. We've already established.
But they're called open sandwiches. They're different.
Open face. Yeah.
I still stand by burrito is a cannoli.
Oh, burritos are cannolis. Yeah.
The cereal's nachos.
No.
Anyways.
Cereal is soup.
Cereal is soup. Get out
Not
of
a
here.
soup. Get the fuck.
All right, Mozan BB, calm down.
Mozan BB.
All right. Tell me just I'll Akbar a little less. All right.
I'll lose Akbar. Speaking of which, I've been watching Generation Kill, and the reason why is because I convinced Nerd Wars to watch it, and I'm rewatching it so that I can argue with him about how he doesn't like it. So, great show, still holds up. Just want to shout it out. So, and yes, politics tomorrow evening.
Yep.
Leon, tell everybody where they can find you.
That's an excellent question, because if today's got anything to show for it, you might not be able to for very long. Like I was supposed to have a stream today before this that we were going to raid into this one. That didn't happen. My internet's down. Supposedly a tech's going to come fix it tomorrow between 3 and 5. So maybe we'll do a countercast and make up stream and/or 10 full haters. TB fucking D. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe to the channel Words of Paradise, and maybe, just maybe, you'll get videos and streams. Who's to say?
8
But
to
this
10
is a blast.
business
Thank you
days is
so much,
usually
dude.
what they mean whenever they say between 8 and
Right.
3 p.m. So we'll see.
So no,
Well-
this is a blast. Thanks, Mil, for having me on, dude. I had such a good time.
Yeah,
Full
thanks
hotspot
for-
FT dubs.
Thanks for joining. The hotspot seemed to work really well. You didn't glitch or anything. So yeah.
Yeah, the only issue was like whenever you were pulling up tabs like for the secret memer and whatnot, it took a little bit longer to load. But beyond that, it was good. There was no stuttering or nothing, so I'm happy.
Nice.
We couldn't see any stuttering on your side. Like you've
No.
been coming in crystal clear the entire time.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had a lot of stuttering on my side. I don't know why.
I know why. Nagano.
I also have 4 tabs open over here. So.
Yeah. It's probably because you're accidentally closing out the tab that you're on right now, which is us.
I would disappear straight away if that happened. I think it's just
Alt and F4.
StreamYards.
Nagano, Alt and F4.
What does that do?
Yeah.
You can always try Control W as well. That usually works.
Oh my god, it'd be so great if you dropped out right now.
What's Control W? I don't know what
I don't know.
that
Why don't
is.
you try it?
Yeah, try it.
I want to.
Do it. Come
Try it,
on.
Nagano. Try it. Come on, try it.
I better not.
Oh.
Hey!
No, I'm just kidding. I
Not me.
All right. Steak Man, tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me here on Monday and Wednesday. I also do a bunch of kick streams on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I play a lot of Tarkov. Been playing Marvel Rivals recently on Mondays. It's been a ton of fun. Do it on and off.
Unless he
But I'm all
abandons us to play Ark for some reason.
yeah.
Oh,
I promised
get back, I'm looking
to
at
get
you.
back over here that I would play it, but I think I'm gonna start playing it with him every other Monday. So I'm thinking Offset and Marvel and Arc. It's been a pretty good stream doing Marvel because I get to play with everybody. But yeah, I don't know. I've been kind of wanting to get into Arc, and I know that Big Bag's pretty big into that. And yeah,
Hey, that's my
Arc is fun.
That's my birthday.
it's a sick game.
Yeah.
I've dabbled,
You were
but
born in 1848.
Yeah, I was gonna
gonna
say.
say
Ow.
But April 8 is my birthday. That's kind of
He's a time traveler.
That's actually crazy because my birthday is April 9th.
That's cool.
That's funny.
birthday game.
Yeah, no, everybody go follow Stankman. He needs more followers over on Kick.
75 followers, and I do a face reveal.
Ooh,
I'm working on that. Yep.
If you don't look like your avatar, I'm gonna riot.
It's messed up because I was actually
He
told
doesn't.
by one of my buddies the other day who saw my face for the first time in Discord, and he said that I sound like I look like a scrawny white skateboarder. So that was pretty interesting, and I look nothing like I sound. So that's that was a good one.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So it's a mystery chat. You got to go follow him to figure out what it is that he looks like.
I'll give you a hint. He looks like he's been through 3 divorces already.
Oh, and you're one to talk.
Wow.
Friendly fire.
Naganal.
So,
give us your best outro.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna stream after this or not. I kind of want to. Maybe I will. I guess you'll have to find out if you're following my channels. That's about it.
Cool. That was really
right.
suspenseful the way you ended your sentence there. Skidback. I hope your underwear is nice and clean.
It's actually not. It's actually really not, dude. I will say that new crunchy chicken burrito from Taco Bell. Do not get that.
Oh, no.
Please do not get that.
Damn.
You never learn, Skidback. You never learn.
I got the
Taco
chicken
Bell's
tenders.
the
The
best.
chicken tenders were good.
I'm not gonna argue with this. But you guys can find me over on Kick. Up right there. There's my username. I do Arc on Mondays for now. Trying to do Marvel Rivals with Stankman and Norman and everybody every other week. I'm here also Wednesdays, and that's about it.
Yeah, I want to try to join you for Arc also, because I kind of miss playing Arc.
I haven't played Arc since like 2013.
I have like 2,000 hours in
2015,
visual
bro.
art.
What?
Was it 2015?
Yeah.
It's been close to that fucking long since I played it. I know that much.
It's been in early access for a long time. So.
Yeah, I bought it in early access like shortly after it came out, and I haven't played it since.
And then they tried to get everybody to buy a DLC before they went to 1.0.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my god. Each one of those maps was so expensive. I spent so much money on all of them. Aberration, Extinction, all of it. Jesus.
So did I. I bought every single one.
I think I played whenever I feel like I remember Aberration, but I don't I think like last time I played it there were only 2 maps.
Oh yeah. There's a bunch now. Mo. How was Monday Hangover, by the way? Didn't even ask you.
It was great. Things went really well. We talked about Independence Day. I had to fight and defend my stance. But let's bring up my screen. We're gonna do this real quick. I got one of those stupid ass. It's 5.5 feet tall, where basically anything you do, everybody's gonna die. So what do you think? What should we do? Ford the river, caulk the wagon, take the ferry across. See, I already tried to see if the conditions would improve. What do you think? 1, 2, or 3?
Well, I mean, I know you want to choose number 2.
Yes, caulk the wagon.
Yeah, because you love the caulk.
Pick number 2.
That's
you love the caulk.
Of course, it's number 2.
Here we go. Hell yeah! It's not gonna roll over. It's not gonna roll over.
It's looking okay.
Hey!
Holy!
Let's
go. By the way, I must report Leon got exhausted one day into the trip.
You know, that would be
I
fun.
was tired. I didn't have enough meat.
Yeah,
Dude, why are you not streaming this?
Oregon Trail into like MMO? That would be insane.
Oh, here we go. Another one. All right, let's try to ford the river. Here we go.
All right.
Real quick. See if we eat shit here. 3.5 feet tall. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Ooh. Look at all the bullets you
Oh,
lost.
you lost 148 bullets, dude. What the fuck?
Crazy.
How did you
just
have that many
lost almost
pounds?
all your food.
I know I did.
And the bullets.
Wait. Yep. How do you? Is that even physically possible?
Yeah, I had 1,200 bullets, so I was ready to fight. All those squirrels are going to eat it. That's 2 pounds of food, man. All right, so, anyways, yeah, so I should stream that. This is like Oregon Trail. People don't understand. Isaac's dunking on it. Don't dunk on Oregon Trail. You don't sleep on that.
Oregon Trail's a great
What
game.
an idiot! Game looks
Isaac,
boring. Oh
you
my
need to play
God.
this
No,
game.
dude, Oregon Trail is awesome. Isaac,
problem
retarded.
is-
Love you, Isaac. Be retarded.
Yeah, Isaac,
He
go
doesn't
watch
play
one of the
any games.
prequels for the 500th time or something.
And I'll just throw in right now that if you like Oregon Trail, a lot of those chatbot games that they build up, they're like RPG games and shit. Those can be a lot of fun too.
So,
Yeah,
but
you
yeah,
know
so
who
I have
likes
that.
Oregon Trail? People that voted for Trump, people who are America first. You know who doesn't like Oregon Trail? Fucking communists.
That's
There
true.
Are you a fucking
Right,
communist,
that's
Isaac?
facts.
Yeah. Do you need the government to help you to get to Oregon?
He wants his train system, ABF. He needs the trains. Fucking commies and their trains, man.
So I will not be. I probably should stream Oregon Trail. That'll be fun. But I'm going to be streaming Mass Effect tomorrow night. I think Tuesdays are the safest day for me to do it. So I'm going to be doing that. I have I'm just trolling the holds. Yeah. But I'll probably be doing Midnight's Edge After Dark around 7, and then after that, I'm probably gonna around 9 o'clock. I'm probably gonna do Mass Effect. I just became a Scepter, or what is it? Spectre or Scepter?
Spectre.
I just became the first human Spectre, Movocado Shepherd.
Nice. Did you really name it that?
Yeah, of course.
Holy, that's amazing.
So I didn't really like it when Keith David said, "You want to see what it tastes like?" And I'm like, I don't think that's very cool. But yeah. So it's been really fun. I'm really enjoying it. There's a lot of story going into it. I don't like the maps because it takes you forever to figure out where the hell you need to go. Sometimes, like they give you not enough hints to try to figure out where to go. But all in all, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm definitely going to ramp it up and play some more. So, anyways,
Nice.
catch me there. And next week I'll be on Monday Hangover and Off the Hip, and that's it because I'm gonna be on vacation. So
nice.
All right,
Leon, thanks for joining tonight. Where can people find you at? You have like a new schedule or anything coming up?
I do have a new schedule coming up. You also already asked me where you can find me. I want to double dip.
Yeah, we started with Leon.
Did we start with Leon? Oh shit, we did.
Yeah, you started with me. I want to double dip. I'm that kind of guy.
I did that order and I forgot. Now I'd look like an idiot. Thanks.
Just a little bit. No, you gave me special treatment because I'm better than Gooch.
Yeah.
Hayden,
you had a moment.
Yes, I did. Well, my C4 ran out. So
Oh shit! I forgot I had a C4 like for this stream, the green apple, because that's the one you said was your least favorite, and I forgot to break it out. Damn it! I've been drinking vodka. Like, can we drink a straight 4?
Green apple sucks. Watermelon's better.
Yeah, watermelon is better. The best one is the dark cherry.
Watermelon is my favorite.
Haven't had the dark cherry yet.
Dark cherry is the goat. It's hard to find.
I haven't tried the dark cherry yet, but of the ones I've tried, watermelon's my favorite. I did not like the dreamsicle. Like it was fine, but it was a bit much, too sweet.
I get jittery when I drink unsweet tea. So,
I've
broken my
I've
caffeine
had
addiction.
Green tea here all night.
Yeah, I almost never have caffeine.
C4 body burns are peak, dude. I
Bucked
love
up
those,
body burns
man.
are peak.
Bucked up is ridiculous. Stuff's like Coke in a can.
I like Bang. That'll keep me up for 48 hours easy.
I bet you like the Bang.
Well, to be fair, Stank Man, Coke usually does
do
come
you
in a
not?
can.
You don't?
I'm actually what's it called?
Retarded.
What's that person called that doesn't like yeah, a little bit. Celibate. I'm celibate. There we go.
Yeah, sure.
Celibate.
Involuntary.
Involuntarily.
Wow. Hayden, help us recover, please.
Okay. All right. So we talked a lot about some classic games today. We talked a lot of old PlayStation, PS2. And since the Steam Summer Sale is going on right now, I did want to let everybody know the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. So all 3 of the original Crash games is on sale right now on Steam for $4. So
I might actually have to do that.
yeah, they were a great series of games. Classic platformer stuff. But yeah, $4 on Steam right now, and I want to bring that to everybody's attention. Other than that, I make videos sometimes, but I usually hang out on stream Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You can find me on ABF's channel on Monday and Wednesday, Nerd Wars channel on Tuesday, and Late and Gay with the GCA on Wednesday.
Yeah, give Hayden a follow. He talks about making videos more than he makes videos.
I absolutely do. So I made a joke the other day that I make a video every 3 months because that's the only time that anything interests me. Is every 3 months something is interesting and I talk about it. Otherwise, I I mean, you guys have seen me on Nerd Wars channel. Every time we're talking about new movies and TV shows coming out, the main thing that I say is, I don't care.
Hey, as long as you're consistent, you put one out every 3 months.
Every 3 months, baby.
With it, so yeah. Norman, how you doing?
I'm off to bed. That's it. Might try and play some Doom tomorrow. I don't know. See you on Trick Rappy. And everyone.
Awesome. Sweet dreams.
Wait. What did you just say?
He's going to bed.
I thought he said I'm fed, and I was like, I knew it.
maybe I misheard, and he said that he's a Fed.
That's
are you a Fed? You have to tell us, right?
Actually, that's a myth.
Inconclusive.
No.
All right, Nerd Scalp. How much shaving cream and razor blades have you gone through?
Well, about 69.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Nice.
Fair.
Good number.
Yeah.
But yeah. Other than that, just gonna be streaming over on Kick sometime this week whenever I have time. Gonna play some Repo tonight after the stream. So if you guys have Repo and you want to join up in the Discord. We're gonna be playing that, a bunch of us. So it's gonna be fun.
Nice. Yeah, Repo is fun. I don't know if I'll be able to join you tonight, but maybe I'll try.
Yeah,
I'd love
see
to.
what
The internet's not fucking working.
We are raiding into Moxie. The Angry Badger, friend of the channel, is going to be on there. And they start in about 10, 11 minutes. So enjoy the redirect. If not, head over there and make sure and watch them. Other than that, I'll be on Erwin's stream tomorrow evening and Trigger Happy on Wednesday. All right. So I will see you guys later.
Good be.
Love everyone.
Peace, chat.
Who the fuck is Alec Baldwin's finger?
I can't see! I can't see! Of course you can't fucking see! I just shot a blank in your fucking eyes!
Hey, the trunk looks kind of small there, Anton.
This is live! I'm on live TV! Trunk's fine. As you can see, friend, it's not small. It's a big trunk. I'll show you right here.
Whoa, you got a dead hooker in the trunk.
What? No, it can't be.
Yes, it was. It was a dead hooker.
It wasn't a dead hooker!
Hell, I know a dead hooker when I see one.